with, and I said, do you look at Gavrikov and Fox as a true NHL number one pair? And at the beginning of the season, the book was out. Let's see how they blend together. Let's see what they do individually. Let's see where Fox takes his game. Does Gavrikov adjust well? So the jury was out early. Right now, everybody's all in. This is a really good number one pair, and a lot of it has to do with how well Fox is defending, and the other part of it is not only does Gavrikov defend, but now his two-way game is starting to click in. So now you got a 1 and a 2 that are both playing 200-foot games. They've both been really responsible on their own end. They've both been really good on the offensive side of thing. And as the season's gone on, you've seen Gavrikov as a few more of the deep dives coming off the blue line at smarter times, at better times, and at more calculated times. So this duo is really doing a lot of good things, and both under the radar and on the score sheet, their games are standing out.
And you know who else is doing some good things, albeit a smaller sample size here of late, is Adam Enstrom, right? He was a healthy scratch in the game in Vegas to kick off the road trip. Then since he's got back in there, Dave, how about 2 goals in the last 3 games and maybe starting to put that ability into motion on the ice?
What's interesting, Edstrom and Rempe are pretty good buds, and they were really doing well as a trio with Carrick in the middle until Rempe got hurt. And then whoever was with those two, they got caved in on a little bit, and it wasn't looking so good for a while. Now, all of a sudden, Edstrom's found his game. And the key for Edstrom's game is, to me, really simple. Number one is he's a big body with a good stride. So as long as he's in motion, he can make a lot of things happen because he gets places fairly quickly because of how strong his stride is. And number two is, because of that big body, when he gets in on a forecheck, when he gets on a wall, he's really got to lean on people because this is a hard game to play in general. When you're playing 3 games in 4 nights with a guy that's 6'5" and 220 leaning on you for 16 minutes on the forecheck, it can wear a defense out. So Edstrom's got a bit of a two-way role. He's got some nice hands. He's got that stride. But I think that the physical part of his game is starting to emerge, which is giving the offensive part of his game some confidence.
No doubt about that. Dave, let's get to the goalie matchup now. It's brought to you by the Macallan Double Cast 12-year-old Single Malt Scotch.
Well, Freddie Anderson broke into the league during the Eisenhower era, and he's still playing. And he's playing real well for Carolina. He's a 2-time Jennings Trophy winner. He's 36 years old. He looks like he could play another 5 years at times. And just a real good goaltender, good reflexes, but more technical. And as he's gotten older, I would say over the last couple of games that he's played, he's probably had a goal a game that he would want back. But this guy is still a true number one goaltender. I know Carolina has said a lot of times we'll improve our goaltending if we can, but they do think they've got the goaltending to win it all, and Freddie Anderson is a big reason why. And Igor Shesterkin will go for the Rangers, and right now I think this is Shesterkin's net to run with Quick being injured, and that's no disrespect to Garand, but just to me, with these games being as crucial as they are, I think you are going to see Igor for the next however long you need to until Quick gets back.
Goalie matchup brought to you by the Macallan Double Cast 12-year-old Single Malt Scotch Whiskey. It's the perfect balance of American and European Sherry Season Oak casks. 2 worlds, 1 Macallan, imported by Edrington Americas. Please enjoy responsibly. All right, Dave, how about some keys for tonight? What's it going to take?
A couple of things. Number one is I thought that when you take a look back at the game against Carolina the first time around, and Mike Sullivan talked about it a little bit earlier today, who's going to play on top of who? I thought it was a really well-said point. And for both teams, these are the teams that love to get after it. These are teams that love to play with a bit of a heavy game. And as we've talked about, when the Rangers turn the rink into a 100-foot rink, they look faster. They get on you quicker. And to me, they're a team that's got better short area speed than long distance speed. So I think a big key for the Rangers, much like against St. Louis, is to continue to shrink the rink. Number 2 is getting out of their own zone. I thought that against St. Louis is one of their better nights, getting out of their own zone with pretty clean exits. And what I mean by that is a D-to-D pass and then a pass up ice where they gain the defensive blue line, they gain the red line, and then they gain the offensive blue line in succession with control of the puck. If their controlled breakouts and their exits are good tonight and they're coming up the ice and filling lanes, I think they're going to give Carolina fits. And I think Carolina is coming off a game against Buffalo where their confidence got rattled a little bit. So those would be the 2 big things I'd look for.
Excellent stuff, Dave, as always. I know we still got a hockey game to play, my friend, but want to wish you and Alex and your families a very happy Thanksgiving and time to play some hockey. What do you say?
Absolutely. Happy Thanksgiving to you and all the guys back in the studio, Ranger fans as well. And, hey, guess what? It's time to get 2 points.
You know it is. It's also time to pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Rangers hockey. This is 1050 ESPN, WEPN, New York.
That's all the time for us. I'll talk to you again during the first intermission. Coming up next, it is the second meeting of the season between the New York Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Alex Faust, Dave Starman will be on the mic. And New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues right after this timeout. Enjoy the game, everybody.
This has been New York Rangers game night. Rangers hockey is coming right up on the MSG Radio Network.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At Thrivewell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons Inc., New York.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Engines rev, are you listening?
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days with a great deal on your favorite Honda today.
Driving in a Honda wonderland.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Lafreniere battling hard behind the net. Centering, Panarin scores! Artemi Panarin!
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Panarin for Trocheck up top. Zibanejad scores! Mika Zibanejad buries it on the power play.
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Centering pass to Tavares. Oh, a big glove save by Shesterkin. Rewind that one and hang on to it.
This is New York Rangers hockey. New York Rangers hockey starts right now. Now here's Dave Starman, and with the play-by-play, here's Alex Faust.
From Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina, it's New York Rangers hockey. Tonight, the Rangers face the Carolina Hurricanes in the second of 4 meetings against their Metropolitan Division rivals. Hi, everybody. Alex Faust, Dave Starman. Great to be back with you and allow us to be among the first to wish you a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. The Rangers coming off a 3-2 win over St. Louis on Monday, Dave. They snapped a 4-game losing streak and look to get back above 500 here tonight.
And tonight will be a good challenge for them, too. The last time that they played Carolina, both coaches have said it. The Rangers came out on fire. They owned the first 15 minutes of that game. That game should have been about 5-0. And Carolina's goaltending was the story of that game. And then it turned around a bit later on. I think the Rangers are built to play Carolina, built to play them well, because right now what the Rangers are doing is they're filling lanes, they're attacking with purpose, they're getting to the front of the net, and their Ds are getting more involved in a more hockey IQ-based way. So I like this matchup tonight. Carolina coming off a bad game in Buffalo. Rangers coming off a really good game at MSG. Sets up well for a good contest here tonight.
All right, let's get to the lineup news. First and foremost, JT Miller is back in the lineup after missing the last 2 games with an upper body injury. I'll ask you about him in just a moment. Will Borgen dealing with an upper body injury. It's kept him out of 5 of the last 6. He skated today, but will be out once again. The Rangers put Jonathan Quick on the IR, but he did skate yesterday at the training center in Tarrytown on his own, so Dylan Garand will back up here tonight. You were talking about it in the pregame show, whether or not he'll make his NHL debut this weekend with a back-to-back upcoming. But first to Miller. He returns. He'll be with Artemi Panarin and Vincent Trocheck this evening.
Just a solid line, as we know. And what does JT Miller bring? He brings high compete. He's a player that drives a line, but in a different way, because with the way that he plays the game, players don't want to let him down. So when he's on the ice, you're generally getting a lot of max effort out of him, and he's shown some good chemistry with this group. So I just think Miller, from an emotional standpoint, from a physical standpoint, and from a skill standpoint, brings so much to the lineup.
All right, so Miller back in. Connor Sherry will be a scratch. Let's go back to Monday night, Dave. Defense ruled the day. The Rangers locked things down. It was another brilliant night for the Rangers' top defensive pair of Adam Fox, Vlad Gavrikov. They jump into the offense as well. We were looking up some of the advanced numbers coming into the day. Top 5 in the NHL, according to Natural Stat Trick, in expected goal share, scoring chance percentage. They give up the fewest high danger percentage per 60 minutes. They have played more minutes at 5-on-5 than any other defense pair in the NHL. They've been brilliant this year.
I'll tell you what, they have, and what's been good, their play is helping the Rangers play better defensively, but the Rangers are just playing better defensively as a group because they're getting away from some of the high-risk hockey that I think really hurt them in that losing streak that they had. I'll never forget this. I was a really young coach, and Herb Brooks said to me, really good offensive teams get remembered by the players that were on those teams. Really good defensive coaches, or really good defensive teams, get remembered by the coach who taught them how to play defense. And if you can teach a team how to play D, you can coach for the rest of your life. Mike Sullivan has taught this team how to defend. His staff has taught this team how to defend. And if they want to get into lockdown mode, they can get into lockdown mode not by being conservative and just packing it in, but by coverage, by stick detail, and by getting to people quickly, which has always been a staple of any David Quinn defense.
So the Rangers 11-11-2, 24 points, last in the division, but the difference between first place Carolina and the Rangers is just 6 points. Carolina has survived a ton of injuries to begin the season. They're still without Jacob Slavin. They just finished a grueling stretch with 16 of their first 23 games on the road. Carolina thin at center tonight. Jordan Staal will not play, missing his second straight game with an illness. Yes, Barry Kotkaniemi is out, so it'll be the season debut and only the third NHL career game for Justin Robidas, second-generation player. His dad, a 15-year career. Carolina has lost 4 of 8. Their lead just 1 point over New Jersey entering today. The Rangers and the Hurricanes in the second of 4 meetings this season. Let's head downstairs ringside for tonight's opening ceremonies.
This time, please rise if you are able. Kindly remove your caps and join us as we honor America with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Performed this evening by Ola Jones.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rocked the bombs bursting in our gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, does the Star-Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Rangers and Hurricanes at Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Pre-Thanksgiving tilt, one of 15 games in the National Hockey League here tonight. It'll be Igor Shesterkin for the Rangers in goal, trying to get back above 500 for his season at 8-8-2 on the year at 250 goals against. He will face Freddie Anderson, who struggled this year, career worst in goals against and save percentage this season for the veteran from Denmark. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Opening puck drop brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Mitch Dunning and John McIsaac are the referees. Tommy Hughes and Andrew Smith are the linesmen. The Rangers in their road white jerseys here tonight. Carolina in their home blacks. And the Rangers will be skating from left to right in this first period.
By the way, was that an unbelievable national anthem or what? Tell me your blood's just not pumping after that.
That was something.
Oh, my
That'll
goodness.
get you going. Sticks down, puck drop. Rangers win the opening faceoff back to their own zone. We're underway. They'll play the puck up the near side. Adam Fox will have it bound back to him after Carolina denies the zone entry. Hard rim to the near corner. Rangers in the attacking zone. Puck flipped across to the far boards. Rattled back behind the net. It's Mika Zibanejad handing off the puck. First touch of the game, Alexis Lafreniere plays it to the point. Right side, Adam Fox. Wrist shot caught by Anderson.
So one thing that Mike Sullivan, the Ranger head coach, wants out of his team is play below the hash marks to matter. And what I mean by that is he wants to see some cycles. He wants to see some grind. He doesn't want to see players just rimming pucks around the kick plate just to change the angle of the attack. He wants meaningful touches down low in those areas to make sure they funnel pucks through the front of the net. Good first shift in that department.
End zone faceoff. Carolina wins it, plays it up the near wall. Andrei Svechnikov checked off the puck, but Carolina able to dump it in to the right wing corner. In the Rangers zone, 2 hour left. Puck pushed around to the near boards. A cycle begins along the half wall. Sebastian Aho flips it to the point. Shot by Keandre Miller's center blue line. Pad save made by Shesterkin. And the rebound to the near boards. Aho battles against Braden Schneider. Loses out. Jarvis comes away with a puck. He centers. And a shot from Nikolai Ehlers is blocked in the mid, or rather from Svechnikov, blocked in the mid slot. And the Rangers will collect in their own zone. Both teams make a change.
Big block by Carson Soucy on a grade A chance by Carolina early.
Taylor Hall off the bench, cradles the puck far half wall. He chips it towards the net front. He had Mark Jankowski there. It's batted away by the Rangers. High lift to the red line. Dribbles beyond the reach of Yoel Nystrom. Picked up by Brodzinski in tight, and he flipped the shot wide glove side. Battle along the near boards here. Rangers with a golden chance, Dave.
Perfect execution of what Mike Sullivan has termed the punt and hunt. Throw pucks up in the air, get the defenseman distracted, and attack him before it lands. Brodzinski did it to a T.
There's Noah Lamba far half wall. He's checked by Alexander Nikishin, and Carolina wins the board battle. It's Taylor Hall to reset.
Did you see the message Rodney Brindamore sent about Nikishin earlier this week? You better earn your ice time. Nothing's given here. He really sent the wake-up call to Nikishin. The pressure is on Nikishin to keep his spot in the lineup.
Yeah, despite leading the team in plus-minus, he was a healthy scratch Friday against Winnipeg. He has no points his last 6 games. Rangers in their own zone. Adam Fox behind the net. Poke check. Puck comes free. Doorstep near side. Martinook's shot knocked down. Gostisbehere for the left point. Cracks one into traffic. It's gloved by Shesterkin. No further play.
Rodney Brindamore talked a little earlier this week about the recent road trip that the Carolina Hurricanes just went on, and they were fairly good at most of it. Then they went to Buffalo. He said, we didn't even have our B game in Buffalo. We got exactly what we deserved in that game, in which they lost 4-1 to the Sabres. It was a game where they were disconnected, a little disinterested at times, a little exhausted. This schedule is starting to take its toll on a lot of teams.
Yeah, the flu bug is going around this Hurricanes dressing room as well. That's why Stahl is unavailable for them here tonight. Face-off near dot, Rangers zone. Rangers win it. Skated forward by Alexis Lafreniere on left wing. Handoff for Cooley. Cooley check far corner boards by Jalen Chatfield. Carolina the carrot the other way. Ehlers with speed. Out wide right wing. Shot blocker down by Shesterkin. That on Logan Stankoven. And the Rangers clear.
Cooley with a play below the hash marks. This time, Rangers on a great rush. Fill 3 lanes. Middle kick to the wide side for a shot. And then underneath the hash marks, where again, they want to play to make plays count, Cooley just rimmed it around the kick plate to nobody. And I think Mike Sullivan is going to tell him, hold on to pucks, make plays, put it in your skates if you have to, get a face-off, but don't just waste pucks around the rim.
The Rangers want to be more direct with their attack as the puck is chipped into the near boards. Panarin, he centers. Miller, first touch of the game, shot blocked by Jarvis in the high slot, and it's flipped back out to the red line. Rangers recover. Panarin stashes it in near boards, dribbling into the right wing corner. Miller pursues. Puck pushed to the far corner. Vincent Trocheck diagonally for a shot by Matthew Robertson. He missed the target. It caroms back out to the red line. Scooped up by Sebastian Aho. He moves in with a shot. Stick saved by Shesterkin in the near corner glass.
In the neutral zone, linesman got in the way of the defenseman Robertson. Then he got in the way of one of the Carolina players. Wound up getting tackled. And that actually created the odd man rush Carolina just had.
And Sebastian Aho, who's also dangerous. He's playing in his 700th career NHL game here tonight. He leads Carolina in point scoring. Rangers barrel in on the forecheck. Near corner, Brodzinski lost out to Nikishin, but he pushed the puck to the net front. Rangers nearly had a chance.
Keep your eye on Brodzinski because early in this game, he's had two great puck touches, and he almost created a goal there on a centering pass.
Just over 4 minutes complete in Raleigh. Rangers and Hurricanes with no score. Rimmed around by the Rangers to the near side. Adam Fox, right point. On the exchange with Brodzinski. Puck flipped along the backboards. Rides the shelf of the dasher board all the way to the far corner. The zone to our right. It's Brett Berard. A backhanded centering pass cut off. And Carolina will carry it the other way with Eric Robinson, his first touch of the game, to dump the puck in behind the Ranger net. Robinson checked along the near corner boards by Gavrikov. Puck comes free. Rangers advance it up the near wall. Bounces away from Taylor Radish at the attacking line. Quick up from Carolina. Cross corner dump in from Taylor Hall. Shesterkin to play the puck. Launch it down ice. Back to the Carolina zone. And again, they'll outlet out of the reach of Martin. It's an icing. And the faceoff will be back in the Hurricanes' end.
So Shesterkin grabbed one, launched it. It was kind of an intentional turnover because he got it to the far blue lines, and then Carolina on a quick counter winds up icing it. Rangers get an offensive zone draw. Brodzinski has been good, as we've mentioned earlier here in the start. Worked really well down in the hard areas below the goal line. Rangers making a much more concerted effort before going low to high, trying to go low to middle in between the layers of coverage for Carolina in the defensive zone.
Face off to the left of Anderson near dot. False start. Zibanejad looked like he lunged early. And they'll redo it. Zibanejad in a conversation with the linesman Andrew Smith.
Smith's a right-handed drop. Zibanejad is on his left side, but Zibanejad is such a long stick, he actually makes up for it by being able to get across the dot quickly on a far drop. There he does it, and he wins it.
Won it cleanly to the right point, and Braden Schneider, who pinches, serves the puck around the boards to the far side. Check applied by Cooley to a Carolina skater. He digs the puck free, left corner. Cooley walks out to the hashes, bank pass. Carson Soucy's shot. He had a moving screen with Lafreniere in front. The puck bounds to the near corner, and Carolina clears.
Night and day puck touches. Carolina ices the puck. Night and day puck touch by Will Cooley from his first one to his second one. Remember that first one we just talked about? Didn't really have a great play, got pressure on him. What did he do? Hammered it around to the weak side along the kick plate and came all the way out. This time, what does he do? Gets into the fight, puts the puck in his skates, climbs the wall a little bit, and then he's able to make a good pass off the wall to the defenseman who can get a shot to the front of the net. Nice and smart by Cooley.
Face off near dot to the left of Anderson. Just over 5 minutes played in Raleigh. Rangers and Hurricanes, no score. Rangers have yet to get a shot on goal. Another clean face-off win of the near boards. Fox pinches, rims to the far corner. Panarin checked off the puck by Gostisbehere. Carolina advances it to the red line no further. They'll get a partial change. Stretch pass, Panarin attacking line. It's knocked off his stick. Desperate defending by his former teammate Keandre Miller. And now it's JT Miller below the goal line. Playing it out wide. Panarin this way. Centers. Fox high slot. Shot hits the iron. He hit the far post stick side on Anderson. Collected far boards by Trocheck. Darts to the middle. Stripped by Aho. Carolina begins their attack. Good. Step up by Gavrikov in the neutral zone. Denying the entry. Carolina can only dump it in.
Gavrikov is such a pro when it comes to his step-ups and his early engages. Takes a good scan of the ice to make sure he's got support. Then jumps up with a good defensive stick. Breaks up a lot of pucks. I've said this before. He really reminds me of when Joel Quenneville was playing in the NHL. It's like the same thing.
Joel Quenneville, of course, the former Hartford Whaler. As Will Cooley centers for Mika Zibanejad. The shot off the stick of Svechnikov. Far corner, Lafreniere rims to the near side. Robertson activates all the way below the goal line. Chips the puck for Cooley. Centering for Robertson, who was back out in front. Carolina intercepts, and they'll look to clear. It's swatted off the stick of Keandre Miller near boards and out. Rangers toss it back in to the protective netting. So we have 13-13 left on the first period clock. The Rangers and the Hurricanes with no score here in Raleigh. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Your home for the biggest stories in the league is SiriusXM NFL Radio.
This is Kirk Morrison from the SiriusXM Blitz. It's Week 13 in the NFL, and we have a big matchup in the AFC when the Steelers host the Bills. And it's time to separate the pretenders from the contenders.
The mentality of the Denver Broncos. We do our job, we'll have a chance to get off the field at the end of the game or make a play. That's who we are.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Historic hockey moments.
The longest Game 7 in Stanley Cup playoff history, the New York Islanders versus the Washington Capitals at the Capitol Center, Saturday, April 18th through to Sunday, April 19th, 1987, the game known as the Easter Epic.
6 other times when a game has gone into quadruple overtime, shots on goal are 74-52.
He scores! LaFontaine at the blue line here in the fourth overtime, winning the series.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
1992-93, the inaugural season for the Tampa Bay Lightning, had not just hockey fans, but the sporting world paying attention to the Bolts, thanks to a 5'7" goalie from Quebec who is trying out for the team.
The first woman to play professional hockey. There she is taking the ice. Manon Réon.
It was a publicity stunt, they said, orchestrated by Tampa's general manager, Phil Esposito.
I'd be a liar to say that I wasn't using it for publicity, but the fact is she's not bad.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
March 23rd, 1994, Wayne Gretzky passes his hero Gordie Howe for most goals scored.
Gretzky scores! He did it! The greatest goal scorer in National Hockey League history is Wayne Gretzky.
Los Angeles goal, a power play goal, and the 802nd National Hockey League goal scored by number 99, Wayne Gretzky.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Lost that one, but he's been good on both sides of the ice on his draws.
Carolina dumped the puck in the far corner. Jankowski applies the body on Schneider behind the Ranger net. And a pass up the wing is skirted away off the stick of Nystrom. He tosses it right back in from behind the red line, but there's a deflection rule, no icing. Braden Schneider, near corner, banks the puck up the near boards. Brodzinski collects, turns, passes. He has Berard at the attacking line, shut down by Nystrom. Lava recovers at the red line. And the Rangers find Lava up the left wing. Lava leaves it. Brodzinski from the circle. Served it across on the backhand. Couldn't connect with Berard at the net front. And now Fox will toss it cross corner out of the reach of Berard. He'll finish the check on Jankowski. Rangers get the puck back. Saucer pass Fox. Activates right boards. Sweeps it up the wall. From the point, right side, Gavrikov rims it around. Sam Carrick chips it to the oncoming Taylor Radish. His shot flexed away by Freddie Anderson to the far corner. Picked up out of the corner, Carrick. His pass reaches Fox, center point, shot knocked down, dribbles wide to the far corner, lifted out by Nystrom off a deflection. Play is stopped.
Mike Sullivan uses the term the right intentions. I've always said, like, what's your why when I talk to players about making plays, and you're seeing a lot of it tonight. The Rangers' why has been really clear from the opening faceoff, and that is they're going to move the puck with a purpose. They're going to move the puck inside the dots, and they're going to move the puck to the front of the net. And there's been not a lot of around the rim tonight. There's not a lot of wasted plays up high. The Rangers have really been purposeful.
12 minutes to go, first period. No score, Rangers and Hurricanes. Rangers win the faceoff, crank a shot wide from the far circle. Going to be a penalty here, though, in the neutral zone. The Rangers were tracking back, and I believe it's going to be a tripping penalty. Delayed call. Freddie Anderson to the bench. And play is now whistled dead. Carolina had a premature substitution, or too many men as they try to get the extra attacker, but Carolina had possession. Here's the announcement from the referee.
Minor tripping.
That's interesting. Carolina had possession. Artemi Panarin called for tripping with 11:44 left in the first.
I would tell you that the official's hand was halfway up prior to that call even happening. Panarin was tracking back to the inside, and he started to get his stick into the equipment of Aho. So now you got the referee looking and thinking to himself, okay, this might happen. And then when Panarin put his stick into the shin guards and Aho fell down, he went the rest of the way. That's kind of inviting trouble.
So a power play for Carolina. Face-off near dot in the Rangers zone. Rangers had lost it, but a centering pass from the back of the goal is cut off in the mid-slot. Rangers carry it up ice. Trocheck hands it off. Fanning on a shot is Will Cooling, and he'll dart behind the Carolina net. Walk out in front. Stick check by Gostisbehere. Here comes Carolina. Seth Jarvis carries it up ice. Their leading goal scorer drifts to the near wall. Half boards. Leaves it for Aho. Left point. Touch pass Gostisbehere and Aho. They play catch. Gostisbehere, center blue line to Aho. A shot saved by Shesterkin off his pad. Rebound available. He lunges. Couldn't clear. Shot blocked by Zibanejad. Top of the left circle. Ehlers had him dead to rights. Zibanejad breaks his stick, heads to the bench. Aho, drop pass. Jarvis, indirect pass picked off by Carrick and clear.
This power play is not 50 seconds old. The Rangers have already had 3 changes. They are really sharp, and their changes have been crisp, and that's why they've been able to continue pressure.
Laba, speaking of pressure, gets a steal in the near circle on Gostisbehere and put it towards goal. Stick save for Anderson after all that. And it's Taylor Hall going rink wide with a pass to the right wing corner. Stankoven pursues. Check by Schneider. Ties him up. Rangers win the battle and clear.
The one thing that the Rangers penalty kill has been doing more of is better pressure, better reading triggers like you and I talked about the other night. But they have been really good in action when one goes 4 or going with purpose.
Carolina's power play, bottom 5 in the league, but they have power play goals in back-to-back games. A wipeout from Hall in the near circle. Rangers pick up the puck. Trocheck to carry it out. Trocheck stops, cuts. His back pass picked off by Hall. Nobody was home. Rangers were resetting in the neutral zone. And it's carried in by Sean Walker. Walker, dish for Blake. High slot, fires, glove save by Shesterkin. The rebound dribbles away to the far corner. Rangers unable to clear. Final seconds of the power play. Panarin out of the box. And we pass the midway point of the first period. Rangers kill off a penalty. Still no score.
And that's a really good emotionally charged penalty kill for the Rangers, and one you can pick up some momentum on.
Remember, they had that huge PK on the double minor late against St. Louis on Monday night. And this despite their penalty kill kind of struggling in the month of November. Here's Panarin working it across left wing board. Zibanejad. Touch pass Miller. Zibanejad up top. Soucy's shot knocks the stick out of the hands of a Hurricane, and the puck is out of play, and we have a stoppage. 9:14 to go. First period in Raleigh. The Rangers and Hurricanes with no score. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York, and the MSG radio network continues after this timeout.
Experience the sophisticated taste of the best single malt whiskey in the world, the Macallan, founded in 1824. The Macallan is renowned worldwide for its extraordinary single malt whiskeys. Their outstanding quality and distinctive character reveal the uncompromised excellence they pursue. Whether your taste is sherry oak or double cask, the Macallan single malt whiskey is for you. Pick up the Macallan today at your nearest liquor store. The Macallan, the single malt whiskey against which all others must be judged. Crafted without compromise. Please savor the Macallan responsibly.
Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers, are here to help with your heat and water heating needs. Hockey season is the perfect time to replace that beast in your basement, that old, inefficient boiler, with a highly efficient Peerless boiler. It's a perfect match for homes, apartments, commercial buildings, you name it. Get all the heat you need efficiently and save on your energy bill all year long. Learn more about the entire Peerless Boiler family of products and to find a local installer near you. Just visit PeerlessBoilers.com, and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Every unforgettable Rangers moment is built on passion, precision, and legacy. The same qualities that define London Jewelers. For 100 years, London Jewelers has helped generations celebrate life's biggest wins, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones that last forever. Because true brilliance isn't just seen, it's felt, shared, and passed on. From luxury jewelry to fine timepieces, London Jewelers is where moments become memories that last a lifetime. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of excellence. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations.
All right, we're back in Raleigh. Rangers and Hurricanes, no score. 9:14 left in the first period.
Rangers have the 6 of these. Sorry. Carolina's got 6 of the 7 shots here early, but the Rangers have put some good pressure on the net. And I just think that as this game goes along, Rangers are going to look to gain a little bit more traction here. Carolina has carried a bit of the play here, but for the Rangers, it's been pretty good in terms of what we talked about, getting out of zones, getting into zones, and creating some chances.
Rangers win the face-off, far dot, Carolina's zone, rim it around to the near boards. Adam Fox creeps down the wall on the pitch, serves it back around, cut off by Chatfield behind the Carolina net, and he clears all the way down. Icing waved off. Gavrikov is on it, behind the Rangers net. Gavrikov and Fox among the top defensive pairs in the NHL this season. They'll advance the puck. Airborne pass near boards, knocked down by Zibanejad. Hard rim to the far side. Shot from the perimeter off a stick, dribbling to the near corner. Gostisbehere to track down a loose puck. In the left wing corner, he's checked by Lafreniere. Carolina able to leave the zone. And stepping up is Jackson Blake. Down the middle, shot ramps off the stick of a Ranger. That's Fox, and into the mesh.
You and I spent some time with Jackson Blake this morning. Really good young player for the Carolina Hurricanes out of the University of North Dakota. Was a Hobey Baker Award finalist his last year in college hockey. And I asked him this morning, what do you find at the NHL level that you can't do that you did in college? And he said, well, one thing is you get closed on a lot quicker. The other thing is you're playing against superstars every night. He goes, these guys really know how to play. They're smart. You know how to get their stick in the right place. He goes, so the one thing that I've been working on not only is my 200-foot game, but also making sure that I get the pucks to the net a lot quicker than I used to in college.
He's 22 years of age, Jackson Blake. Multi-goal performance last week against the Minnesota Wild. Face-off far dot, Rangers zone. Rangers win it, steer it up the near wall, and it's Jarvis poking it free for Svechnikov, whose wrist shot rises over the net glove side. Aho in the right wing corner for Carolina. Flips the puck around to the near side. Half wall battle ensues. Svechnikov against JT Miller. Miller wins out and moves the puck around the boards for Braden Schneider. Reversing for Carson Soucy. Oh, he gets collided with by Jarvis. Knocked him off his feet. Keandre Miller steps up with a shot pinching down the left wing board. Stick save Shesterkin. And the Rangers will go cross ice on a breakout pass. That becomes an icing as they could not hit the outlet target.
Really nice save by Shesterkin on a shot from the left point. He kicked out the left goal pad and he get a big rebound. After the Rangers were able to get transition on it, as they got towards the red line, they tried an area pass cross corner from the left wing side to the right corner, but did not gain the red line in the process.
Sticks down, puck drop, far dot. Trocheck wins it back. Unable to clear, kept by Gostisbehere, rather Chatfield at the right point. Finally, the Rangers do toss it out on a second effort. And Gostisbehere rifles it around the boards, slowed down by Shesterkin behind his net. Rangers can begin their breakout up the near boards, no further than the red line. Long outlet from Robertson that's captured and tossed back in cross quarter. Rangers complete a change, and it's Schneider delaying with the Rangers try to get everybody over the boards. Fed up the far wall and out of the reach of Laba, deflected by the rookie Justin Robidas in his season debut. Rangers will pick up the loose change behind the Carolina net. Berard absorbs a hit, makes a pass up the near wall. Urho Vakanainen shot high in the zone, blocked out of the zone by Robidas.
You can see the Rangers coaches are really dialed in. Every little thing that's happening out there, you're seeing a lot of conversation, a lot of body movement on that bench. They are really keeping an eye on the little things game the Rangers are playing tonight.
Laba intercepts a clear far boards. He centers for Brodzinski. Tried to roll one to the net front. Jankowski gets in the way, and he clears. It's Fox and Gavrikov back over the wall. 6.5 to go, first period. Rangers and Hurricanes, no score. Rangers still with only one shot on goal. Puck whipped around the near wall. Jankowski banks it ahead. Taylor Hall flying through the neutral zone, up the left wing, gets through the stick check of Gavrikov, but couldn't get a clean shot. Gavrikov did his job. Punch to the near boards. Miller pinching, half wall, passing around the wall, cut off by Fox, knocked free by Robertson, rather by Robinson. Miller left point, fumbled it. Rolling puck, mid-slot, punched away from Robinson. And the Rangers can clear.
What a shift by Adam Fox. Great defensive stick, 2 takeaways, and a clear.
Picked up neutral zone by Ehlers. Drop pass Miller. Return pass Ehlers. Left wing. Centering to the blue line. Jarvis holding. Shooting. Stick save. Puck up in midair. Shesterkin loves it to halt play. What a save by Igor Shesterkin, and he hangs on for a whistle with 5:46 to go in the first. Stay tuned for the Rangers' first intermission report, brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Still no score between the Rangers and the Hurricanes. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You event, get 1.9% financing on a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 Hybrid Preferred or lease for $279 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN128251. MSRP $36,570. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per 1,000 financed and $12,125.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the ice, playing pickup on a Saturday, or scoring the game winner in overtime. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes? Oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, Superior Light Beer, the official beer sponsor of the New York Rangers. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, less than 1 gram of protein, and 0 grams of fat per 12 ounces.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never-give-up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL Shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLShop.com. Fanatics experience.
5:46 to go in the first period on this Thanksgiving Eve. Rangers and Hurricanes with no score.
Face-off upcoming to the left of Igor Shesterkin, deep in the Rangers zone. And the Rangers, they only have one shot. They've had some possession time. They've done some good things in the offensive zone. Carolina starting to carry the play.
Face-off win for Carolina. It's Jackson Blake, center point. Handoff. Gostisbehere left circle shot smothered by Shesterkin.
Had a lot of chats with coaches over the years about the concept of shots on goal, volume shooting versus putting pucks in the net that matter. Carolina is a team that loves to shoot the puck whenever they can. So they're always going to have some high numbers. It's been lower lately, but they're always going to have some high numbers. Not a lot of dangerous shots, but they're getting shots.
Carolina wins the faceoff. Center point Blake. Pass right wing. Shot by Chatfield. Missed the net. Then Gostisbehere left point. Testing Shesterkin, who made a stick save. And the Rangers netminders having to be quite busy here in the early going. Rangers move the puck ahead. Zibanejad on left wing. Bats it behind the Carolina net. Anderson tried to play it around the boards. Cut off by Lafreniere. Second effort. Chatfield jars it free. And Ehlers resets. Ehlers creeps through center. Up the middle. Ehlers a pass to the left wing. Cut off. Intended for Chatfield. Rangers clear back to the Carolina end.
Great layers. Zibanejad in the middle. Steps up. Allows Lafreniere to attack the puck carrier as the puck was coming across the line. Nicely done by the Rangers.
Puck rimmed around by Carolina. Intercepted behind the net by the Rangers. Now Keandre Miller holds it in left side. He goes rink wide from left to right. The puck jumps out of the zone. And now Jarvis to hoist it in on his backhand from the near wall. Captured by Soucy. Angled out to the red line. No further. Cut off by Keandre Miller. And tossed back in. This is what the Hurricanes do to you. They have you in. Shots 11-1 Carolina.
Yeah, they can play fast, and if you're the Rangers, the last thing you can afford is to have any kind of cheat in your game. Because remember, Carolina can get above you. They can get really dangerous with their speed.
Entry, left wing, pass across. Robertson shot, misses, stick side to the far corner. Vakanainen steers one to the right wing corner. Robertson activates, chips it out in front. Anderson gets a stick to it. Carolina clears. And this will go all the way down cross corner, icing against the Hurricanes.
Now what's interesting is Carolina has given up one shot on goal in this period. They probably iced the puck 6 times. So that shows the Rangers getting some pressure on. Carolina's been good at diffusing it and getting it the length of the ice. But the Rangers have mounted some attack. They have established their ground game. They're playing really well below the dots. They're playing well below the goal line, and they're starting to funnel pucks towards the slot.
Face-off win near dot. Shot by Berard, gobbled up by Freddie Anderson. Kenny Albert had a great note for us as he walked in. He reminded us that this was the building in which Brett Berard scored his first career goal last season against Spencer Martin, who's actually now a teammate of his in the New York Rangers organization with Hartford.
Probably has the skate size, the gloves he used.
Yeah. Noah Laba on this draw near dot against Robidaw. Get to this possession metric in just a moment. It's kind of interesting as Laba's kicked out. Brodzinski loses out on the faceoff. Gostisbehere angles it up the near boards. Will Carrier tried to advance it past the red line near side. Rangers with active sticks got in the way. Pushed across, far corner. Berard or Noah Laba starting a cycle. Berard carries it up the boards from the hashes, drags it to the blue line, turns, spins, and puts one towards the middle, cut off by Chatfield. He ties up with Radish near boards. Puck comes free. Laba tracks it down, circles, far side. Pass for Robertson, right point. Robertson stick handling, deking, faking, driving into the circle. One hands it to goal. Anderson the save. Radish out of the near corner. Cycles for Laba, opens, fires, scores! Noah Laba picks a corner on Freddie Anderson, and the Rangers, despite only 3 shots in the first period, get the opening goal. It's 1-0 New York.
This all started on a play on the left wing side of the ice for the Rangers. Berard came out of the corner. He's coming up the wall. About 8 minutes ago, he was in the same spot on his backhand, made a bad play into the middle of the ice, and the puck turned around and went the length of the ice the other way for Carolina. This time, he comes up the wall. Instead of trying to use his backhand, he turns his body completely and moves it down the wall on his forehand. Rangers didn't lose possession from that moment on, and Laba finishes it with a great shot from the right wing circle. But it was the little play by Berard to put the puck down the wall protected that created the entire thing.
Rangers right back into the attacking zone after scoring the opening goal. Battle ensues in the left wing corner. Hard check by Edstrom on his man to jar the puck free along the kick plate. Then Radish with a stick. Then Carrick as he passes to the right point. Fox shot, tip, save by Anderson off his left pad. He covers the rebound. Edstrom at the net front getting the redirect.
That's a lot of body in a small area, and Edstrom with a really good shift this time around as puck comes to the front of the net and then went off to the side. Edstrom came in and buried somebody on the corner to keep this puck alive. We're getting a chance to look at the goal again. Edstrom was net front when that goal happened too, but it really was the play Berard made. I love watching a young player learn from their mistakes quickly. Didn't go well the first time he tried to play. Backhand's always a weak spot. Stayed on his forehand this time. Made something happen.
4th goal of the year for Laba. Right wing circle. Rangers win a face-off. Lafreniere passes to the point. Gavrikov left side misses the net with his shot. Steered into the corner by Lafreniere. It flutters into the protective netting for a whistle with 2:25 left in the first. Time of the goal driven by Ramsey Mazda. And the Rangers get the opening goal. Noah Laba from Taylor Radish and Matthew Robertson. At 16:53 of the first time of the goal driven by Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a 2025 Mazda CX-5 or Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Face off to the left of Anderson near dot. Will Cooley to take it after Zibanejad had gotten kicked out. He wins it to the right point. Serve down the wall into the corner. Lafreniere, tight turn. Walker guarding him. Walker shoves him off his feet. Makes the pass anyway. Zibanejad stumbles and is able to draw the penalty. Stick was into the skates. Zibanejad lost his footing, and the Rangers will have a power play up 1-0 with 2:11 left in the first.
This is all set up by the work of Lafreniere on the wall, who stayed in the fight, stayed in the 50-50, protected the puck. He gets knocked down, puck squirted out. Carolina created a foot race. All of a sudden, here comes Zibanejad like a shot out of a cannon, and Carolina had to pull him down. What's one of the things that we've talked with Mike Sullivan a lot about? Doing the little things that draw penalties by playing on the inside and using speed. Great example of it as Zibanejad jumped on that puck.
Rangers ended the day with a 3rd worst penalty differential in the NHL. They draw one here in the attacking zone. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first, up 1-0. Face off near dot. Rangers win it, rim it around, but it jumps a stick on the far boards, and Carolina will clear.
Yeah, Rangers have been shorthanded for 23 minutes more than they've been on the power play. Not as bad as Chicago. They're minus 35. Flip side of that is Minnesota at plus 50.
Rangers 7 for their last 19 on the power play. It's starting to heat up as the puck is carried around the boards by Vincent Trocheck to the far wall. Zibanejad, touch pass, looking for Panarin, but it was off the heel of his stick, and it's cleared down by Carolina. Stretch pass, Shesterkin connects with Panarin, attacking line, delays, curls, enters. His pass deflects into the bench, and the faceoff will stay inside the zone. 1:27 left in the first. Rangers up 1-0.
Sometimes with elite players, you got to trust that they saw something you might not have seen. Panarin came across the line in a lot of traffic just along the left wing dot. And then as he gained the line, he's about 3 feet inside it and tried to move it back towards the blue line where Fox was. And he missed him completely and put it into the bench. But the coaching staff has given Panarin some more leeway to make plays like that.
Face-off far dot. One forward by the Rangers. Miller out of the corner. Plays it to the left point. Fox, a pass deflects off the curved glass and back into the bench.
So some of those numbers that you were referring to about the Rangers, last 5 games, they're 4 for 9 on the power play. They've had 55 power play opportunities. It's 30th in the league. Their 95 minutes on the power play is 26th. They've got 100 shots on the power play, probably 101 now, and that is 19th. But they're starting to do little things to creep up in those territories.
And they're winning faceoffs to the man advantage, too. They win another one from the far dot, though an active stick from Keandre Miller deflects a pass. Carried up ice, crisscross, Jarvis, attacking line, drives wide, left wing, shot! Sneaks high and wide, looking glove side on Shesterkin.
The risk of 4 forwards and a defenseman on a power play is when one of those forwards gets pushed into a defensive situation, gets a little dicey. Panarin, no match there.
Martinook shorthanded left wing shot gloved by Shesterkin, tosses it back into play. He wanted a penalty. Martinook had bumped into him after the fact. Carolina does have 3 shorthanded goals this season. That's top 5 in the NHL. Vincent Trocheck loses his skates at the attacking line, then gets the stick slashed out of his hands. Wanted a penalty, none given.
Rangers, before that clear, had nobody on the ice that had been out there for less than 90 seconds. That's a long one.
Diagonal pass Panarin from the right side to the left. Taylor Radish picks it up out of the corner. Feeds Panarin, right point. Down low, it's Lafreniere. Back to Panarin. 7 seconds left in the power play. Panarin shoots into traffic, deflects to the far corner. Shot from the point. And Schneider, it's parried down by Anderson and cleared. Final seconds we'll take away in the period. We're back to even strength. Aho out of the box after his tripping minor. And that takes us to the end of 20 minutes of play. The Rangers, despite just a handful of shots on goal, have a 1-0 lead over the Hurricanes.
Oh, territorially, definitely Carolina. Volume shooting, definitely Carolina. But I think the Rangers in the, I don't want to say the new way to approach the game, but the next phase of the way that they're approaching this from a systematic standpoint, got things done in that period in the offensive zone that they wanted to. They were much less careless. They were much more dialed in. They play with much more purpose. It might not have transitioned into the shots on goal they want, but the methodology, the blueprint is starting to show.
So the Rangers with a 1-0 lead on a goal from Noah Laba at 16:53 of the first period. They've taken the secondary assist away, so Taylor Radish only gets the primary helper. We'll see if they make another scoring change to that. But it's 1-0 Rangers after 1 period of play. Stay tuned for the first intermission report. It's brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Dan Grassa in our Hudson Square studios with that right after this. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
You know that feeling when the perfect song comes on while you're driving? We made a whole channel out of that. Road Trip Radio, packed with songs that always hit. You'll have the windows down and volume up before you know it. Road Trip Radio, channel 301 on most radios and at home with the SiriusXM app on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
Historic hockey moments on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
New Year's Day, January 1st, 2008, at the home of the NFL's Buffalo Bills, Ralph Wilson Stadium.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Buffalo Sabres are set to play despite the snow that's been falling all morning, and more than 73,000 are here to witness it in the game they're calling the Winter Classic. Penguins win! Snow flying in their faces as they celebrate.
Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
February 7th, 1976, Toronto Maple Leafs captain Darryl Sittler dominates at home in an 11-4 win over Boston.
That's a new record. As long as he lives, he'll remember this evening. So will all of us doing the game here at Maple Leaf Gardens.
On SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Civic SI and Type R.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never give up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL Shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLShop.com. Fanatics experience.
This is your local Tri-Honda dealer's New York Rangers Intermission Report. Now, here's Dan Grassa on the MSG Radio Network.
And it's time now for the Rangers' first intermission report. It's brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer today. Dan Grassa with it. One period in the books down in Raleigh. And the Rangers have themselves a 1-0 lead over the Carolina Hurricanes. That despite being outshot 13-3 in the opening 20 minutes. But one of those three shots that got through past Frederik Andersen, and that is all that matters so far for the New York Rangers, and it came courtesy of Noah Laba, his fourth of the season, 16:53 of the opening period, from Taylor Radish and Matthew Robertson. Rangers, as we said, only their third shot on goal of the game when that puck got through. They were being outshot 11-3 when the goal went on the scoreboard there. Laba's first tally since November the 7th. It's been 10 games since he lit the lamp. Radish has his first point in 10 games with the assist. How about Matthew Robertson? His first assist on the season, his first point since back on October the 18th. And the Rangers 9-2 this year when they score first. Each team had a power play opportunity in the opening frame. Artemi Panarin tripping at 8:16. Sebastian Aho at 17:49 also called for tripping. Neither squad, they were able to capitalize with the man advantage. So despite being heavily outshot in the opening period, and Igor Shesterkin playing very, very well, making some timely saves, the Rangers have themselves a lead, 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. Still more for us to do on the Tri-Honda Dealers New York Rangers first intermission report. When we come back, we will hear from tonight's goal scorer, Noah Laba. We'll also check out a jam-packed out-of-town scoreboard around the National Hockey League. And New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues right after this timeout.
Ready to let the good times cruise? Then you need a Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, a proud partner of the New York Rangers. Made with real iced tea, real vodka, and no bubbles. It's one wildly refreshing drink. Sun Cruiser goes great with the sun, the sand, the snow, and anywhere else your adventures take you. Stop by Bleecker Street Bar in NoHo for Sun Cruiser buckets for every game. Sun Cruiser Beverage Company, Boston, Massachusetts. All nutritionals based on 12-ounce serving. Please drink responsibly.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At Thrivewell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
When
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons Inc.
Engines rev, are you listening?
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days with a great deal on your favorite Honda today.
Driving in a Honda wonderland.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never-give-up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. Fanatics experience.
Dan Grasso back in the Rangers' first intermission report. It's brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer today. 1-0 our score at the end of one. The Rangers leading Carolina Hurricanes on a goal from Noah Laba, his fourth of the season at 16:53 from Taylor Radish and Matthew Robertson. Busy night on this Thanksgiving Eve on the out-of-town scoreboard around the National Hockey League. Of course, no games tomorrow on the schedule, and tonight everybody in action except for the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. One period complete in Newark. The Blues have a 2-1 lead over the New Jersey Devils. Timo Meier, his 8th of the season for Jersey. On the island, the Bruins and the Islanders are knotted up at 1 apiece. Matt Barzal has his 7th of the season for the home team. Meantime, the Predators out to a 1-0 lead on the Red Wings after one period of play. Down in Tampa Bay, how about the Lightning? 4 in the first period to take a 4-0 lead over the Calgary Flames. Brandon Hagel among the Tampa goal scorers. He now has 12 on the season. Elsewhere, the Panthers have a 1-0 lead over the Philadelphia Flyers after 20 minutes down in Sunrise. Brad Marchand has his 14th of the season for the defending Stanley Cup champs. Meantime, the Penguins have a 1-0 lead over the Buffalo Sabres after one period. Matt Dumba has his first of the season. Down in D.C., there's about 4 minutes to play in the opening period. The Capitals have a 2-0 edge on the Winnipeg Jets. John Carlson is 6th. Jacob Chichurin, his 9th for the Caps. Meantime, the Maple Leafs and the Blue Jackets are scoreless at the end of 20 minutes of play in Columbus. Coming up a little bit later on tonight, the Chicago Blackhawks will play host to Minnesota. San Jose travels to Colorado to take on the NHL leading Avs. Montreal will be in Utah to skate against the Mammoth. Vegas Golden Knights play host to the Ottawa Senators. Vancouver Canucks are in Anaheim to take on the Ducks, and it'll be the Seattle Kraken home for the Dallas Stars. Once again, our score here is 1-0 Rangers over the Carolina Hurricanes. Rangers fans, don't miss a moment off the ice. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love. Weekdays, 6A to 7P. You can subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York is on YouTube. One of the players who's been a pleasant surprise over the last week or so has been Adam Enstrom. Remember, he was a healthy scratch to kick off the Rangers' 3-game trip out in Vegas, and he's responded quite well. Goals in 2 of his last 3 games. And in practice yesterday, Coach Mike Sullivan was asked what he's seen from Eddie since he was scratched.
Just more urgency and a little bit more detail to his game. We're trying to utilize those guys in some defensive situations. Maybe we could take guys like Mika and JT and Troch out of some of those minutes. Those aren't easy minutes. And that's a vitally important role. I think that our bottom 6 could help us. And I think that those guys, Sam Carrick's line with the size that's on that line, the size, the reach, they have the ability to play that role for us. But it takes attention to detail. You know, you got to know what you're doing in the defensive zone. Everybody's got to play their position. You got to have a certain awareness awareness and making sure that positionally you're in the right spots, you have good stick detail, things of that nature. Their size and their reach, I think by nature of that, it makes them hard to play against. So they're capable of that. We put them in those situations last night a few times. They played against St. Louis's top six on a few occasions because I was trying to take our top six out of those minutes and potentially deploy him on the offensive side. And I think when Eddie is locked in from a defensive standpoint with the details, I think he's a very effective player. And the other thing that we've seen from him is, and I've said this to you guys have asked me what we've liked about him, he's a disruptive player, and he's capable of that with his skating and his reach, his range. He has physicality to him. He can get in on the forecheck, and he can disrupt breakouts. He can create loose pucks, and within that lies opportunity, right? And I think they're a line that could help us create momentum by wearing down our opponent and being disruptive in all three zones. And I think that's when Eddie's at his best.
Meantime, as for Adam Edstrom, he talked about his play of late, and what did he learn specifically when he had to sit and watch when the Rangers were taking on Vegas?
Yeah, I think you can learn a lot from up there. You get a better view of the ice. It looks a lot simpler from up there, but one thing that I took with me was just the time with the puck. I feel like I can kind of slow it down a little bit more than I was a little stressed with the puck in the beginning, so that's one part of the game that I learned from it.
And that is Adam Edstrom. 'Tis the season for giving back with the Rangers Toy Drive, presented by Lexus. Donate a toy online for your chance to win Rangers prizes. Visit NewYorkrangers.com/joy to donate today. Let's pause 10 seconds and allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Rangers hockey. This is 1050 ESPN, WEPN, New York.
1-0 Rangers our score over the Carolina Hurricanes after one period. Noah Laba is fourth of the year at 16:53 from Radish and Robertson. It's time now for this date in New York Rangers history. And on November the 26th, 1969, Eddie Giacomin leading the Rangers to a 3-0 win over the Bruins. New York would not earn another shutout over Boston for over 22 years till Mike Richter held them off the scoreboard on December the 8th, 1991. We fast forward to November the 26th, 2005, Rangers defeated the Washington Capitals 3-2 at MSG after a 15-round shootout, which was the longest in NHL history at the time. Rangers outscored the Caps in the shootout 4-3, and that was Marek Malik tallying his famous game-winner, game-deciding goal in the 15th round with a between-the-legs shot to beat Washington goaltender Olaf Kolzig. Certainly a memorable night at Madison Square Garden. So the Rangers have themselves a 1-0 lead despite being outshot 13-3 in the opening 20 minutes. They have a 6-0 record when leading after 20 minutes of play so far this season. Carolina, meantime, 3-3-2 when trailing after one. And this has been the Rangers' first intermission report, brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer today. I'll talk to you again during the second intermission. Coming up next, Alex Faust and Dave Starman have period number 2. Rangers lead the Canes by a score of 1-0. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been your local Tri-Honda dealers New York Rangers intermission report. Blue Shirts hockey is next.
The road to MLS Cup continues with the conference finals on Sirius XM-FC. In the East, Cinderella side NYCFC battled Leo Messi and Inter Miami.
Fantastic from Inter Miami!
Then out west, San Diego FC and the Vancouver Whitecaps fight to reach their first MLS Cup final.
San Diego FC have blown the roof off!
It's the MLS Conference Finals, Saturday night at 6 Eastern on Sirius XM-FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Historic hockey moments on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
April 14th, 2010, the Philadelphia Flyers join an exclusive club, the Hard Way.
History made in Boston tonight. The Flyers defeat the Bruins 4-3. They are the third team in NHL history to come from behind after trailing a series 3-0.
The hockey history continues. Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
October 15th, 1989, the Great One passes his childhood idol, Mr. Hockey, for most points scored.
Gretzky has 1,850 points.
The Taylor to Gretzky, he scores! He's done it! Wayne Gretzky, the Great One, has
ladies and gentlemen, Gordie Howe.
A super young man, a great hockey player who shares in everything he does, and congratulations.
The hockey history continues on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
We're back here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Alex Faust, Dave Starman here with you. The Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes. The Rangers getting a goal late in the first period from Noah Laba to take a 1-0 lead. They've carried that into the second period. No carryover penalties or power plays. As we get set for the second period of action, when it's game time, it's Tully time. Second period puck drop brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action.
Rangers in that period officially outshot 13-4. They took 12 faceoffs in the offensive zone that period. The Rangers did. They were 9-3. They only had 6 in their own end. It was a pretty good offensive period in a strange way by New York, who leads this game 1-0.
Carolina iced the puck 3 times. The Rangers adding up the zone time. This is from the puck and player tracking from the NHL. Rangers had 6 minutes and 13 seconds O-zone possession time. Carolina had just 3 minutes and 19 seconds. So virtually doubling up Carolina in O-zone time, and yet only credited with 4 shots on goal. But it felt more evenly played than the shot counter would indicate.
No question, and that is a great example of a topic you and I allude to very often, and that is establishing the ground game. And that's what the Rangers, I thought, did in period number 1. I thought they were purposeful below the dots. I didn't think they moved a lot of pucks just for the sake of moving them. And just like I said, you're starting to see the skeleton being built, created, and standing upright of what they want to do as the season moves on in the offensive zone.
All right, so it's Mika Zibanejad on the center ice faceoff against Logan Stankoven, who's been pressed into duty as a center for Carolina this season. A new role for him. Rod Brindamore telling me last week that he feels like he's just scratching the surface of what he's capable of there. Rangers win the center ice faceoff. An outlet on right wing from Will Cooley. Banks it ahead out of the reach of Lafreniere. And it's sent around the boards and down by Carolina. No icing. Adam Fox to pick it up in the Rangers zone. Behind the net. Sneaks it for Gavrikov on left wing. Tried to advance it. Not a lot on it. And so Lafreniere was stood up in the neutral zone by Chatfield. Stankoven, rink-wide pass from the far side, broken up, active stick by the Rangers in the neutral zone. And it's Adam Fox intercepting an outlet on right wing, rink-wide pass Panarin, connecting with an attacking Lafreniere. It's off his stick, Carolina controls. Gostisbehere moves it up the near wall for Jackson Blake, gains the zone right wing, flips it to the corner, in the right side, it's Stankoven pursuing, Schneider gets there first, Rangers break out, Miller up the middle, over the red line, over the blue line, crisscrossing with Panarin, twirls it around the boards, pinching Schneider, right side, hard rim, near side, it's Miller collecting at the hashes, Miller sends it back around the wall for Schneider, far half boards, Stankoven out of the corner, chip pass, Trocheck got a stick to it, couldn't control, lifted out by the Hurricanes and down, no icing. Pursuit by Svechnikov up ice. He collides with Soucy, who took the hit to make the play, clearing the zone. Neutral ice, Panarin from the red line. Tried to send it ahead, captured by Aho. Ran into the stick of Panarin in the neutral zone. And the puck pushed to the far wall where the Hurricanes control. Nystrom going the wrong way in his own zone.
There's going to be too many men on the Rangers, I think.
Let's see, we have a whistle in the neutral zone. Puck may have hit a glove on the bench as well. It was up for grabs. And the faceoff will go back to the Carolina end.
Okay, because it was not a sloppy change, but there were just a lot of boots hitting the ground as the puck came right in front of the Ranger bench. And then the whistle blew. That's what I thought it was. It must have come up and hit a glove.
So it's Jankowski against Laba. Far dot to the left of Anderson. Laba is kicked out.
By the way, your eyesight bang on tonight. Guy not on the bench, you caught him. Puck off the glove, you got it.
Rangers win the faceoff. Robertson keeps right point, rolls it behind the net. Intercepted by Jankowski. Checked by Brodzinski, who strips him of the puck, rolls it around to the near side. Laba is there. Darts to the circle. Laba takes it back into the corner. Cycles with Brodzinski. Brodzinski, long pass right point. Robertson shatters his stick. Puck rolls to the far corner. Hall is on it. He's bumped by Laba. Bumped by Brodzinski, but does the job in clearing the red line. The Rangers make a partial change. Puck rolled to the blue line, kept by Fox, right point, sneaks in right circle, shot, sticks to Anderson, trapping the puck to his chest protector. Well, the Rangers have done a great job in holding pucks into the attacking zone.
Oh, we talked, you and I, in the period number one. Keep your eye on Johnny Brodzinski, or keep your ears if you're in the listening audience on his name. Another good play by Brodzinski. This time it was on the right wing side of the ice. Fox came in. He had the puck in a good area between the dots, a little above the circles, and he moved it outside the grade A towards the right wing, but Brodzinski had the gun cocked. Got a pretty good shot.
D-zone draw for Carolina. They win it. Alley-oop play. Martinook left wing. Pull and drag. Shot off the stick of the defending Gavrikov. Out of play. 2.5 complete in period 2. Rangers up 1-0.
Now, I have a rule when it comes to Brodzinski, and that is no matter where he is on the ice, if he's open, just give it to him. I mean, he has just got a really good shot. He's not Gretzky, don't get me wrong, but he's got a shot that can score from distance because of the velocity he can put on it and how quickly he can release it.
End zone face-off far dot. High lift from Fox to the red line. Punched ahead by Carrick on left wing. Will guide the puck deep behind the Carolina net. Swept along by Anderson. Cleared down by Carolina. And Shesterkin out of his net to handle it to the trapezoid. Streaking in was Martinook to try and get a steal, and the Rangers do cough up the puck along the near boards. Will Carrier pass off the skate of Chatfield. Rangers catch a break and skate it out. Zibanejad with speed over the line, right wing. Shot gloved by Anderson. Drop back into play. Clearing for Martinook and a high lift to the red line. Guided in by Carrier.
Each team looks like they're content with letting this game settle in, and then it becomes a little bit more tactical than frenetic.
Stick check by Blake. Red line gets the takeaway. Blake rink wide pass as he enters. Collected left side. Stankoven. Stankoven back behind for Blake. Centers. Ehlers touch pass. Top of the left circle. Shot by Walker on the right side after receiving a pass from Miller. It hits a stick and is out of play.
There's an old saying in hockey that shots that get through from the blue line in the first half of the season tend to wind up hitting shin pads in the second half of the season, when shot blocking becomes that much more important for teams that are trying to find points. In this game, in the last, let's say, 3 minutes of the first period and the first couple of minutes here, Rangers have blocked a good number of those long-distance shots that are coming from Carolina from the blue line.
Right now, the Rangers are credited with 5 blocks. And a false start in this face-off in the near dot. We'll do it once again.
Miller back in the line. That gives the Rangers that left-handed center that they really need to win draws on the left wing side. And it's an area where they have been very strong all season long.
He wins one cleanly to the near corner right on cue, and Robertson clears to the neutral zone. Miller swooping in to try and strip the puck from Sean Walker. Carolina will get it. Rim it to the near corner. Andrei Svechnikov is on it. Rubs off the hit from Robertson, and the Rangers will take control. Panarin up the left wing. Feathers a pass. Trocheck right corner. Centering pass. Aiming for Panarin left circle. It jumps away. Carolina unable to skate it out cleanly. Second effort, Jarvis to the red line. Hammered in around the boards. To the near side, reverse hit. Svechnikov knocked Robertson off his feet. And the puck rolls behind. Centering pass, left circle shot. Testing Shesterkin. DeAndre Miller was on it. And now Aho drifts behind the net. He's shadowed by Vakanainen. Angled pass jumps away from Walker at the right point.
Carolina created nice confusion with Miller's deep dive, as not only did a couple of defensemen track him, but a couple of forwards started to drift low too. Few Hurricanes a little too open for Coach Sullivan's liking on that one.
Panarin outlets, left wing, Laba. Charging into the attacking end. Throws on the brakes from the left circle. Laba carries it back to the blue line. Exchanging with a pinching Gavrikov. Centering for a man off the bench. It's Berard. He was stick checked. Berard gets it back. Goal line. Deke shoots. Save. Anderson with his left pad. Covers the puck in the blue paint. What a move on the goal line by Brett Berard to cut to the net front and force a difficult save.
You called it. Great move as he went low and then darted across the line with great speed. Carolina's defending this pretty well, and then Berard just a little oopsie oops and comes off the goal line, to the right of the goalie, gets on his backhand, and a really good shot that Anderson has to make a big save on. It all started with a good high scissor that got the puck onto the stick of Gavrikov in good ice above the circle.
We have a penalty here, and it's going to be Noah Laba out of that scrum. They're going to be calling him 2 minutes for slashing. And Vlad Gavrikov will have a word now with John McIsaac, the referee who made the call.
I didn't see it. I knew there was a bit of a scrum. Did not see the slash at all. And Carolina back in the power play. You mentioned they've got power play goals in their last 2 games. 1 for 4 against Buffalo, 1 for 3 against Winnipeg, and both of those goals were meaningful goals on the power play for them.
So a face-off to the right of Shesterkin. Sticks down, puck drop. Far down, Aho wins it to the point. Cleanly, it's Gostisbehere. Now for Ehlers. Back to Gostisbehere. He scores on a touch pass from the goal line. Gostisbehere creeping in, and he buries it on the power play to tie the game.
There's no skate lonelier than the one from the penalty box back to the bench when a power play goal gets scored against Carolina with a good secondary win. They get the puck up to center point, and now they start going station to station, and it's amazing how the first pass that gets through the seam is always the one that causes the chaos. And this time, Carolina had the puck low in the offensive zone, bottom of the left wing circle. They throw a pass through the seam. Susi was doing a really good job on Jarvis, so he couldn't put his stick towards the middle of the ice. And the Ghost crept in from the right point, takes the pass and delivers it into the net.
Tie game. Goals in back-to-back for Shane Gostisbehere, who now has 8 points in his last 8 games. And it's a brand new game, 1-1, just past the 5-minute mark of the second period. Rangers and Hurricanes here in Raleigh. Rangers control the neutral zone. It's dumped in by Braden Schneider to the right wing corner. Tag up for the Rangers, and so Alexander Nikishin controls for Carolina behind his net.
Rangers at this point now would love to put 2 or 3 real good momentum shifts together. Shake off the goal, shake off the power play goal that Carolina just scored. It is amazing the success rate of power plays as the Rangers ice the puck, of power plays when the penalty is taken in the offensive zone. It's just, I don't have a number for you, but I'm just telling you, it's more often than not, you take a bad stick penalty in the offensive zone, it winds up coming back at you. Now here's a good one for you. Shane Goss, and you probably know this, you're a college hockey guy like I am. Shane Gostisbehere probably has the most incredible performance in the history of national championship games when Union College beat Minnesota 7-4 about 10 years ago. Gostisbehere was a +7.
One of the biggest upsets in the history of the Frozen Four. And Gostisbehere has put together a long pro career. He's tied the game. Now a pass, goal line. Shesterkin having to put his paddle down to deflect it away. Rangers force the puck to the far boards. It bounces over the stick of Chatfield at the blue line.
Can you imagine being +7?
That's nuts.
That's unbelievable.
Stage. There's Will Carrier cutting in, right wing shot. He was looking for the stick of the crashing Martinook, and a penalty taken in the defensive zone now by the Rangers. Mika Zibanejad tripped up Justin Robida and puts Carolina right back to the power play. And now the Rangers will have to face another penalty kill.
New York penalty number 93, 2 minutes for tripping.
Zibanejad off. Carolina back to the power play in what is now a tied hockey game. 13:40 remaining in period number 2. We'll step aside. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York, brought to you by your local Honda dealers. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
It could be a pivotal Thanksgiving day for 6 NFL teams. Sirius XM NFL Radio with a comprehensive preview of the 3 games and how the results can shape the playoff picture, plus a preview of the Black Friday and Sunday matchups. NFL Radio, Sirius XM Channel 88, and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports, wherever you are, your team plays here. Historic hockey moments.
Mr. Hockey's final NHL goal, April 9th, 1980, the Hartford Whalers at the Montreal Canadiens.
Howe over the line to his father, son to father, back into, they score! Number 9, Father Howe. And they're going to give him a standing ovation
here in the Montreal Forum.
A tremendous tribute to one of the most amazing athletes in any sport.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
March 2nd, 1993, Winnipeg hosts Quebec, where Jets forward Teemu Selanne is 3 goals off the pace of Mike Bossy's rookie record.
Teemu Selanne breaks it. He scores! Ladies and gentlemen, as you're all aware, that goal by Teemu Selanne establishes a new NHL record for goals in one season by a rookie.
The Finnish Flash's record-breaking goal came in his 64th NHL game, and he would finish his rookie season with an overall 76 goals.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Rangers and Hurricanes tied 1-1, 13:40 left in the second, but another power play here for Carolina.
Carolina did the things they needed to do on that shift to draw a penalty. Got a puck deep, got some speed as they were trying to cut the net. I'm always hesitant on penalty calls where a guy is getting over his edges, where gravity could be a factor in a player falling down with the least amount of contact. I haven't seen a replay on this one yet, but from the naked eye, it's kind of what it looked like from up here.
Yeah, we just saw it here, and Zibanejad was pleading his case during the TV timeout, but to no avail. So face off to the far dot, to the right of Igor Shesterkin. Tied at 1. Carolina just scored on the power play. They now have power play goals in 3 straight games. And it's Trocheck on this face-off against Aho. Trocheck getting kicked out. Will Cooley to step in. And Aho wins it cleanly to the left point. And they'll say it was a false start for Aho this time.
It was a little too clean.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like watching batting practice.
So Aho kicked out. Next violation will be a minor penalty. You almost never see that. And Carolina wins the faceoff cleanly to the point. It's Aho, left point, slides it down the wall. Return pass, Aho, one-timer save. Kicked out by Shesterkin on the rebound. Chance. Swept to the blue line, not out. Kept by Gostisbehere, left point. Gostisbehere rolls it down the far wall. Gets a return pass from Ehlers. Gostisbehere walks the line. Ehlers now out high, top left circle. Fires into a leg. Gavrikov got the block. Half boards. Robertson finishes his check. Puck comes free. Cooley slides it behind the net. Wrong direction. Gavrikov is there, but 1 against 2. He wins out, and thankfully the Rangers will clear it down.
That was after Gavrikov blocked the shot, too, so he was on a little bit of a bumpy wheel when he made that really nice play.
Jarvis on right wing. Hands it off. Svechnikov enters. Half wall. He stops. Hard pass. Lunging his Ehlers to keep the zone from the left point. Rolled around the boards. Svechnikov, right corner. Diagonal feed. Ehlers. No look pass to Gostisbehere. Right side. Back to Ehlers. Now at the half wall. Up top for Gostisbehere. Faking the one-timer. Shot tip wide by Aho on the high tip from the left wing circle. And now Laba deflects the pass. Ehlers from the left point tried to play it across to Gostisbehere, and Laba with the active stick.
Oh, did Laba read that one well and jumped the route with confidence to get that puck out of the zone.
Big collision near boards. Miller slides into Jarvis. Carolina will carry it forward anyway. Active stick from Carrick denies an entry along the far boards and clears.
Miller and Carrick, to me, with their hockey smarts, their sense, their reads, and their size, make a great penalty-killing duo.
Stretch pass for Jackson Blake. Eludes his blade. Bounces off the end boards. Carolina keeps the zone. Center point Walker. Hands it off left side. Miller. Shot knocked down. And the Rangers will clear just beyond the blue line. A stick into the skates center ice. Stankoven takes a spill. No call. Trocheck bats it down. Penalty time is up. Zibanejad out of the box. Odd man rush for the Rangers. Carrick left side, losing his footing on a shot. Stick saved by Anderson. End boards. It's Carrick behind the net, winning a battle against Walker, but it's cleared into the Ranger bench for a whistle.
That was a penalty kill with swagger. The Rangers, they pushed, they pressed, they attacked. I really like the way that penalty kill looked because of the fact that they really did a lot of little things well. And the best part for them was they kept Carolina, for the most part, outside the hard areas, had them on the perimeter, and they didn't get anything through the seam. Really nice job by the Rangers on that PK. Big PK for them.
Laba on this face-off. Attacking zone to the left of Anderson. Far dot. Svechnikov wins it back. Rather, Jankowski wins it back. And the Puck is tossed back out to the red line. Rangers charge back in. Far wall. Sharp angle shot blocked. Dribbles to the near side. Half wall. Berard off the right pad of Anderson. Rebound to the near boards. Berard hands it off. Brodzinski. Shot off a stick. Brodzinski turns. Puts one into another stick. Fox steps up. Blue line. Shot caught up in traffic. Lifted out along the near boards back out. And now Martinook carries in on right wing. Martinook centers. Great save by Shesterkin on the redirect in tight by carrying. He anticipated it perfectly.
Rangers were a little out of gas and couldn't track back.
Stankoven across. Shot save. Shesterkin lunging out at the top of his blue paint. And the Rangers break it out. Brodzinski couldn't get the puck deep on left wing. And the Rangers will have to start for the neutral zone again.
Brodzinski finishing off a long shift, but a good shift for that line. I'm telling you, you just watching this game, and you get the sense that line with Brodzinski and Laba, they're going to have a factor in how this thing ends.
Well, the first time that Connor Sherry's been a healthy scratch, that line changed up just a little bit, but there's a lot of speed on that line for the Rangers. Pass neutral zone, picked off and carried in by Ehlers, left side. Active stick Lafreniere disrupted his attempt to deke into the circle. It's tossed back behind the net by Carolina. Stankoven rotates the puck around to the far boards. Lafreniere and Svechnikov come together. Lafreniere shields the puck, hands it off Zibanejad to exit. Driving up the middle, cuts out wide, left wing on his backhand shot. Blocker save Anderson. And Stankoven to pick up the loose puck at the red line and steer it in.
That's good hockey by Zibanejad on his backhand down the left wing side. Got pushed to the outside instead of just chipping it to the corner. Used the length of his stick, his length, to get a backhand to the net. It was a good shot.
Past the midway point of regulation time. Rangers and Hurricanes tied at 1. Carolina leading the Metropolitan Division, but the Rangers very much with them step for step in this game.
Reminds me of the Colorado game. Going toe-to-toe with a real good team. And the reason that they are able to go toe-to-toe is how well they're defending.
Puck dumped in by Carolina behind the Ranger net. Hall pursues, swiped that far boards, all the way down into the Carolina zone. Berard finishes his check hard on Walker. Walker slow to get up. I think Sean avoided major damage, but he'll come out of a scrum now with sticks and gloves coming up. He flexes his left hand. Everybody's going to be separated here. But that could have been far worse. Full speed for Berard into the far corner.
Berard just trying to finish a hit on a race to the puck. And what happened was, as Walker was going for the puck, Berard nudged him just a little bit in the small of his back. And it caused Walker to lose his balance and wind up on his knees. Then Berard followed through. And it was kind of like the Rantanen hit the other night. Not as dangerous, but similar look.
65, 2-minute minor boarding.
They are going to call minor penalty for boarding on Berard. No coincidental penalties for the scrum. And we'll step aside. It's another power play for Carolina after an O-zone penalty by the Rangers. 8:44 to go, second period. Rangers 1, Carolina 1. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Experience the sophisticated taste of the best single malt whiskey in the world, the Macallan, founded in 1824. The Macallan is renowned worldwide for its extraordinary single malt whiskeys. Their outstanding quality and distinctive character reveal the uncompromised excellence they pursue. Whether your taste is sherry oak or double cask, the Macallan single malt whiskey is for you. Pick up the Macallan today at your nearest liquor store. The Macallan, the single malt whiskey against which all others must be judged. Crafted without compromise. Please savor the Macallan responsibly.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers, are here to help with your heat and water heating needs. Hockey season is the perfect time to replace that beast in your basement, that old, inefficient boiler, with a highly efficient Peerless Boiler. It's a perfect match for homes, apartments, commercial buildings, you name it. Get all the heat you need efficiently and save on your energy bill all year long. Learn more about the entire Peerless Boiler family of products and to find a local installer near you. Just visit peerlessboilers.com and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers.
8:44 remaining second period here in Raleigh. A 1-1 game, Rangers and Hurricanes. Canes to the power play.
We looked at it on the replay. At first, I didn't think it was a great call, but Berard nudged him right in the small of the back. And when he went down to his knees and the follow-through after that, that's what caused the penalty. And we'll explain to you in a moment how to avoid those situations.
So, face-off, far dot. To the right of Shesterkin. Trocheck and Aho. A little bit of jockeying with their sticks. Puck is dropped. Carolina wins it. Touch pass. Gostisbehere to Svechnikov. A one-timer parried down by Shesterkin. That's a difficult save.
And Svechnikov got all of it. I mean, every little ounce. And Shesterkin was able to read the play and be out on top of the crease to make a good save.
84-mile-an-hour shot on the one-timer for the high slot. Gostisbehere to Svechnikov. Touch pass, rink wide. Back up top. Gostisbehere's shot deflects into the netting.
So on that play, and young players, if you're listening, Brian Burke was my GM when I was in Toronto, and we used to talk about something along those lines, and he called the play the Berkey bear hug. And what it would be is if you're chasing a player from behind on a forecheck like that, you can't lay into him. But if you wrap him up a little bit and ride him into the boards with your arms around him, you're A, eliminating him from the puck, and B, you're protecting that player from getting hurt along the wall because you're almost carrying him in. It's a legal play, and it's something that Berkey always talked about doing on those forechecks.
Rangers win a faceoff, rim it around, not out, kept by Gostisbehere, across Svechnikov, right side, shot caught up. And the paraphernalia of Shesterkin. From the point, Gostisbehere. Pass, right side, Svechnikov shot, blocked by Soucy, and cleared by Radish.
Soucy's turning that play into an art form. Challenges, pops out, gets long, gets wide, and then gets right into the shot lane, and he's blocked a ton of them that way.
A minute remaining on the Carolina power play. Puck advanced up the right wing into the zone, and Carolina is offside as they had a man breaking in before the puck had reached the attacking zone. 7:41 left in the second period. Rangers and Hurricanes tied at 1. The fourth power play of the night for Carolina. They will say it's an intentional offside.
That save by Shesterkin on the Svechnikov shot he was in a great spot for it. Had the blocker right above his goal pad, and a really nice, clean save.
End zone face-off after the intentional offside by Carolina. Near dot to the right of Anderson. Miller loses out to Stankoven. And Sean Walker, good to see him back out there after taking that heavy hit. Guides the puck around the board, stolen by Lava, far wall. And it's Taylor Hall now having to deal with a forechecking JT Miller. Finally shakes him loose and flips the puck back behind Walker to begin the breakout. Stankoven up the middle with Taylor Hall. Hall driving down the middle, flips it for Jackson Blake. Right side, Blake absorbs a hit from Robertson. Passes right point Walker. D-to-D for Miller. And then JT pokes it free from his former teammate. Carolina on the reload. 20 seconds left on their power play. Denied the entry on a pass up the left wing for Hall.
Rangers really aggressive, jumping in shot lanes, putting pressure on puck carriers in the neutral zone to make sure Carolina can't use their speed on entry.
Right wing Stankoven for Blake. Be taken to the wall by Cooley, twisting, turning, puck handed off to nobody. Squeaks free over the blue line. Berard out of the box. Rangers have killed off the penalty.
Those are a couple of big-time penalty kills after the first one wasn't killed early in the period.
And Carolina scored 6 seconds into that power play. The Rangers have killed the next 3. Puck rolled towards goal from the right point. Sealed off in front by Robertson. Battle in the near corner. Cycle from Stankoven. Connects with Mark Mook. Behind the back shot attempt. Tried to bank it in off Shesterkin. I think it hit the outside of the goal. Now Carrier walks out from the doorstep. Shot blocked. Gostisbehere cranks one from the point. Oh, it hit a Ranger out in front. Gavrikov. He's down. Gavrikov got all of that one. He slowly gets back to his feet. He'll hobble back towards the bench. He won't even make it, but he's going to stay in the play. Chatfield's shot right wing, gloved by Shesterkin for a whistle, and Vlad Gavrikov doubled over in pain. Sticks and gloves come up from the Rangers after the shot from Chatfield, but the Rangers certainly have concern with one of their top pair D-men who's just had a tremendous season. Gavrikov hobbling to the bench, and we'll check on him when we come back. 5:55 to go, second period. Rangers and Hurricanes tied at 1. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
WWE Survivor Series is Saturday, and we're previewing every match on Sirius XM Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7. Acknowledge us. Tune into Channel 156 all week long, and once the final bell rings, check out Busted Open After Dark with Jonathan Coachman for instant reaction. These War Games matches are stacked. Comprehensive coverage of WWE Survivor Series, only on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7. Channel 156 in the car and on the Sirius XM app. Historic hockey moments on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
April 10th, 1982, the Miracle on Manchester. Game 3 heading into the third between the heavily favored Edmonton Oilers, who were up 5-0 over the underdog LA Kings.
Shot by Evans, he's going out! The Kings have taken the lead in the series. They came from behind to win it in overtime, 6-5.
Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
The Messier Guarantee. May 25th, 1994, the New York Rangers face elimination in Game 6 against the New Jersey Devils.
Under 8 minutes to play in the third and a 2-2 tie. Kovalov, save, rebound, score! Messier!
For the empty net, Mark Messier. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? He said we will win Game 6. He has just picked up the hat trick.
Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
Game 8 of Super Series 76 coming to you from the Spectrum.
January 11th, 1976, the Philadelphia Flyers play host to the team known as the Red Army team of the Soviet Union.
They are leaving the ice. They're going to go. They're going home. Come out, and in about 40 seconds worth of hockey time, the Flyers have scored.
And the Broad Street Bullies would never look back after that one, winning 4-1 to become the only NHL team in the 4-game series to beat the Red Army.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
They have killed off 2 of them. Rangers lose out on the faceoff near dot, and it's pushed down the boards by Walker around to the far side, cut off. And the Rangers will clear. JT Miller up the middle, deflects it in, can't get the puck deep. Walker captures it. Walker pass up the middle. Svechnikov turns and then receives an open ice hit from Soucy as he passes to the near boards. Rangers break it up. Walker keeps the zone. Walker flips it. Svechnikov, touch pass. Aho, goal line. Back for Svechnikov. Cutting in towards goal. Stick check by Trocheck. And the puck cleared. Quick reload here from Carolina. Shot in around the boards by Keandre Miller. Captured by Soucy. Near corner. Checked by Svechnikov. Took the hit to make the play. Skating out is Trocheck. He has Panarin with him. Trocheck on right wing, drives to the corner, and he's forced off the puck. Walker lost his stick, rather Aho lost his stick in the process. Now Gavrikov, good to see him okay after taking that shot block earlier. Unable to connect with a Ranger out of the corner. It's cleared back along the near boards by Carolina. Jarvis drives to the half wall, stopped up by Gavrikov. Rangers get to a loose puck. Gavrikov banks it out. Nystrom gloves just beyond the blue line. Zibanejad checks him, pins the puck to the boards in front of the penalty bench. Carolina tosses it back in. Around the boards, chopped at by Schneider. Couldn't clear. Long attempt, Nikishin, wide of the mark. Picked up Ehlers, back of the goal. Tried to serve it out in front, knocked down. Loose puck, Blake to Ehlers out in front. Touch pass aiming for Nystrom. Rangers get to it and chip it out.
For Carolina and the fans, it looked good. For the Rangers, it was good. Carolina got the puck into the hard area on a couple of occasions right in front of Shesterkin, but not cleanly and not on tape. Rangers defended it very well.
Schneider angles a pass off the far boards just in front of the intended target, and Blake will feather it across left wing for Ehlers to dump in. Gavrikov pursues, checked by Stankoven. Carolina trying to get their forecheck going. They're between lines of it. Looks like a double shift for Taylor Hall. Chatfield and Lava come together near boards. Chatfield rubs off the hit. It's played to the far corner. Hall off the cycle. Pass up the wall, picked off by Lafreniere. Rangers late in the shift, so Lafreniere will dump it in. It hits a stick and winds up out of play.
Well, the other night we saw Cam Fowler with the St. Louis Blues. Tonight we're seeing Taylor Hall. Those were two teammates with the Windsor Spitfires back about 10, 12 years ago. Won a couple of Memorial Cups together. When the United States won the gold medal at the 2010 World Junior Championships, they were on opposite teams, and Hall was that #1 pick era. The job that Cam Fowler did on Taylor Hall in the gold medal game, to me, was one of the most remarkable defensive performances that I watched the history of that tournament. Hall was a dominant player, and his teammate Fowler shut him down at the most key moments, allowing the U.S. to win the tournament.
Hall, who just signed an extension here in Carolina. A bounce-back season after a torn ACL last year. Centering pass flying in right wing. The newcomer Robidoux couldn't connect with a man in front. Kept right point. Nyström shot blocked by Edstrom out of the zone.
And he was the one that tracked back to make sure that no shot was taken on that centering pass to the plays by Edstrom defensively.
Rangers unable to clear. Nikishin top left circle. Wrist shot smothered by Shesterkin. He knocks it down and covers up outside his crease for a faceoff.
Rangers got a little scrambly right at the end of that shift. And what happened was the puck came back into the zone on the right wing side. Edstrom looked like he thought he needed to get to the opposite side of the ice to make sure that his point was covered. He and Radish literally like two shift passing in the night, and nobody was covered. So I like the effort, but it's just one of the little small wrinkles that's got to get ironed out.
Rangers win the D-zone draw far dot. Aired back to the red line and tossed in by J.T. Miller around to the far corner. Trocheck over skates. He was pressured by Aho, and the puck cleared to the red line by Carolina. Svechnikov swats it across. Left wing entering Jarvis. Jarvis floats a pass just beyond the reach of the crashing Walker. And now Svechnikov behind the net. Tight turn to the near corner. Svechnikov centers. Aho shot. Didn't get all of it. He had Jarvis at the net front. Rangers get the block with Soucy. Jarvis second effort on Soucy. Poked free by Aho. Aho squares it up. Bounces over the stick of Svechnikov. Rangers scrambling a bit here, but they break it out. Miller on left wing. Drives in. Slides it across. Has a man. Shot. Saved by Anderson on Trocheck. Anderson got the blocker to it as the Rangers are unable to keep the zone. Jumping over the stick of Gavrikov.
Really nice play by Miller on the entry. I thought he was going to shoot. I think he thought he was going to shoot. At the last minute, had a chance to move the puck for a really good opportunity.
Minute 45 to go in the second. Rangers and Hurricanes tied at 1 here in Raleigh. And Carolina making a push out of the corner. Jackson Blake across the seam. It rolls away along the near side from Stankoven. Rangers will get to the puck. High lift, Schneider. Red line, no further. It's touched with a high stick for a whistle.
Rangers dodge a little bit of a bullet as a shot comes right through the hash marks. But before that, Miller with a good pass. Trocheck with a nice shot, and Anderson comes out and really cuts to any angle, knowing he's got Trocheck one-on-one on Trocheck's strong side, so he can't bring the puck across to the middle of the ice. There's no room to get it to his backhand. Anderson has played well tonight, and he certainly has a ton of big game experience.
16th season in the NHL for Frederik Andersen.
He's played a ton of world championships too for Denmark. I think he's played at least 3 or 4 that I can think of.
Veteran. Staying healthy remains a challenge for him. Shot right wing. Stick saved by Anderson. Puck out of play. Anderson missed 2.5 months with a knee surgery last year. It's been bulky on him from time to time, and this year he's just having to fight performance, and he's getting pressured by Pyotr Kochetkov and Brandon Bussey, who was picked up on waivers at the beginning of the season from the Florida Panthers. Carolina carrying 3 goaltenders. I had a quick conversation with Eric Tulsky, their GM, last week about it. He gave me kind of a wry smile and say, we'll see how it goes, which carrying 3 is usually not a conventional way to go about it, but
I got a point I'm gonna make on this after this next whistle. Face off to the left of Anderson in the Carolina zone.
It'll be Svechnikov. A far dot against Trocheck. Trocheck wins it to the far boards. Touch pass from Fox. Down to the left circle for Panarin, who shoots and scores. Rangers take the lead 2-1 with 64 seconds left in the second period. Artemi Panarin buries it to give the Rangers the lead.
Rangers with that face-off. It's on the right side. They got a right-handed shot on the draw. Panarin is on the inside. Face-off is a secondary win. Right back to the point, cross ice, and Panarin for the left wing dot where he is on the power play a lot. He didn't get all of it, but he got enough of it, and I think Anderson thought it was coming short side, and Panarin pushed it a little bit, and it wound up going through his legs. I think Anderson was expecting about a 90-mile-an-hour bullet. That thing came in at about 65, and I think a change of speed troubled Anderson as he looked awkward trying to stop it.
Panarin's 7th goal of the year, which ties for the team lead. And that's a critical one in the late stages of the second period to give the Rangers a 2-1 lead. Out of the near corner, it's JT Miller to play the puck up the boards. Pinched by Robertson. Hands it off Miller. Shields walks behind the net. Centers into the skates of Panarin. Picked up Robertson. His shot gloved by Anderson for a halt to play. 33 seconds left in period number 2. The Rangers lead the Canes 2-1.
I had this conversation with Mike Richter on a couple of occasions about the carrying of 3 goalies. Because remember, it used to be just him and Van Beesbroek back when he first came up. And he said, we used to be in practice and we'd be doing great flow drills. But the problem is you're 10 shots into the drill and you're exhausted. So now you're just hanging on and hopefully stopping pucks if you can. But you're a bit hunched over. You go with a third goalie, you carry a third goalie, practices get better, you're getting more quality reps, you're getting a little bit more rest in practice, you're fresher in games.
Rangers win a faceoff near dot, shot by Cooley, blocked out of the zone by Robertson. And it's Adam Fox tracking back to steal the puck, couldn't clear. Walker keeps right point. Hard around, escapes the grasp of Gavrikov. Far boards, Gavrikov, second effort. Reverse to Fox, 15 seconds. Spiked off the near glass and all the way down, icing against the Rangers with 8.6.
Mental mistake by Adam Fox, and he might have made 5 all year. But this was a mistake. He had the puck behind the net. He could have just airmailed it into the neutral zone. He tried to hit Cooley on the left wing half wall, but Cooley wasn't looking at him. And Fox's pass was so hard, Cooley probably could have handled it anyway.
Aho wins a faceoff cleanly against Zibanejad. Far dot. A pass to the middle. Svechnikov, a one-timer caught by Shesterkin. Quick set play, and Shesterkin makes the glove save.
Svechnikov is so good at getting off the inside wall into high ice for that kind of play. He lines up against the left wing boards. He's a left shot, and as soon as the puck is won back, he crosses paths with the puck carrier at the left point to get himself in a one-timer spot, and he let one rip. Shesterkin made a good save.
They're setting. Sorry, Dave, go ahead.
No, it's a set play by Carolina, as you called. They've been doing it a lot this year.
DeAndre Miller in the trigger spot now. Aho loses out to Trocheck in the far dot this time. And that takes us to the end of 2 periods of play. A goal from Artemi Panarin at the 18:56 mark of the second period. The Rangers have a 2-1 lead.
Good, smart, fundamental period. Low mistake, low maintenance period by the Rangers outside of the penalty issues. Like 5-on-5, they were very good. With the exception of the power play goal they gave up, the other 2 penalty kills, or 3, have been dynamite. And you are starting to see this penalty killing unit becoming a factor game by game.
So the Rangers have a 2-1 lead over the Hurricanes after 40 minutes of play here in Raleigh. Stay tuned for the second intermission report. Dan Grossa in the studio. We'll recap the stats through 2. We'll get another check of the Outsound scoreboard. All that and more coming up right after this. Rangers 2, Hurricanes 1 after 2 periods of play. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Tullamore Jew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You event, get 1.9% financing on a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 Hybrid Preferred or lease for $279 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN128251. MSRP $36,570. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per 1,000 financed and $12,125.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and Tullamore Dew. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and Tullamore Dew. It's a crazy world, so what do? You Tullamore Dew. Hey! Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York.
This is the New York Rangers Intermission Report. Now, here's Dan Grassa on the MSG Radio Network.
And we welcome into the New York Rangers' second intermission report. Dan Grassa with you. Well, a period of some ups and downs for the New York Rangers. Had a few too many guys in the penalty box. One of them proved costly as the Canes get themselves a power play goal courtesy of Shane Gostisbehere, his third of the season, at 5:04 of the period from Sebastian Aho and Nick Ehlers. That tied the game at 1. Rangers then would have to kill off 2 more penalties, but before the period would expire, and the Rangers have been on the other end of this, surrendering goals in the final couple of minutes of a period of late. But this time, the Rangers are the ones that strike. Artemi Panarin, his 7th of the season at 18:56 of period number 2 to retake the lead for the Rangers at 2-1. Adam Fox and JT Miller with the assist. Panarin, his second goal in 3 games. He's starting to find his scoring touch a little bit, and it's his 10th point in the last 6 games in Carolina against the Canes. Fox, meantime, has a 4-game assist streak, and JT Miller has a 3-game point streak now, sandwiched around the 2 games that he missed due to injury. And he doesn't get credit on the stat sheet there, but kudos to Vinny Trocheck, who had a big face-off win, which kick-started the sequence, which led to that goal. So 2-1 Rangers is the score. Mentioned Gostisbehere tying it on the power play just 7 seconds into the power play for Carolina when Noah Laba was called for slashing at 4:57. And Carolina had a set play right off the draw. They went low to high, and Gostisbehere was able to capitalize. He has goals in back-to-back games. Rangers' first power play goal allowed for them in 3 games. And that's the thing to watch out for, I think, as we segue into the third period here. The discipline and making sure you stay out of the box. Yes, the penalty kill has been performing very, very well of late, but you don't want to play with fire more often than not. Rangers have been shorthanded 4 times tonight. They've been able to kill off power plays or penalties 3 of the 4 times, but that 1 goal is the only one that Carolina has to show of tonight as they trail the Rangers 2-1. Shots on goal in favor of the home team, 11-9 in that second period, 24-13 after 40 minutes. But as we said at the end of the first period, Rangers have the lead, which is all that matters, 2-1 after 2 periods of play. Get to the Garden Saturday, November the 29th, to see the Rangers take on the Lightning and shop our one-day-only sale. Get 20% off headwear at MSG Team Stores. Get tickets by heading to NewYorkrangers.com/TIX to secure your seats. Still more to do on the Rangers' second intermission report. When we come back, we'll check out the jam-packed out-of-town scoreboard around the National Hockey League. And New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues right after this timeout.
Ready to let the good times cruise? Then you need a Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, a proud partner of the New York Rangers. Made with real iced tea, real vodka, and no bubbles. It's one wildly refreshing drink. Sun Cruiser goes great with the sun, the sand, the snow, and anywhere else your adventures take you. Stop by Bleecker Street Bar in NoHo for Sun Cruiser buckets for every game. Sun Cruiser Beverage Company, Boston, Massachusetts. All nutritionals based on 12-ounce serving. Please drink responsibly.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never-give-up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL Shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Experience the sophisticated taste of the best single malt whiskey in the world, the Macallan, founded in 1824. The Macallan is renowned worldwide for its extraordinary single malt whiskeys. Their outstanding quality and distinctive character reveal the uncompromised excellence they pursue. Whether your taste is sherry oak or double cask, the Macallan single malt whiskey is for you. Pick up the Macallan today at your nearest liquor store. The Macallan, the single malt whiskey against which all others must be judged. Crafted without compromise. Please savor the Macallan responsibly.
Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers, are here to help with your heat and water heating needs. Hockey season is the perfect time to replace that beast in your basement, that old, inefficient boiler, with a highly efficient Peerless boiler. It's a perfect match for homes, apartments, commercial buildings, you name it. Get all the heat you need efficiently and save on your energy bill all year long. Learn more about the entire Peerless Boiler family of products and to find a local installer near you. Just visit PeerlessBoilers.com and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers.
Engines rev, are you listening?
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days with a great deal on your favorite Honda today.
Driving in a Honda wonderland.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Dan Krause back on the second intermission report. Rangers 2, Hurricanes 1. Shane Gostisbehere on the power play at 5:04 of the second from Aho and Ehlers to tie the score at 1. And then just before the second period would expire, Artemi Panarin, his seventh of the season, from Adam Fox and J.T. Miller at 18:56 to give the Rangers the one-goal cushion. A very busy Thanksgiving Eve on the out-of-town scoreboard around the National Hockey League. They've just dropped the puck in period number 3 in Newark. Devils and Blues tied at 2. Timo Meier, Nico Hischier, their 8th goals respectively for the home team. Devils member 8-0-1 at home this year, one of 2 teams to not have a loss in regulation on home ice. End of 2 on the island. The Bruins have grabbed a 2-1 lead over the Islanders. Matt Barzell's 7th, the only goal for the home team. Red Wings with a 2-1 lead over the Predators at the end of 2 periods of play. Alex DeBrincat his 12th. James Van Riemsdyk his 3rd for the Wings. Nashville a 1-5-2 mark on the road so far this season. 2 periods down in Tampa, the Lightning have a 4-0 lead over the Calgary Flames. All 4 Tampa goals came in the first period. They're trying for a 5th straight win. Calgary's going to have to rally if they want to extend their winning streak to 4 games. Just dropped the puck in the 3rd down in Sunrise. The Flyers and the Panthers knotted up at 2 in a good one. Brad Marchand has his 14th. Carter Verhaeghe is 4th for the Panthers. Elsewhere, early 3rd period in Pittsburgh, Penguins clinging to a 1-0 lead over the Sabres. Matt Dumba has his 1st of the season. 5 minutes to go in period 2 in D.C. The Caps have a 3-2 edge on the Winnipeg Jets. Alex Ovechkin is 11th of the year on a night when he was honored before the game for his 900th goal and his 1,500th game played for the Washington Capitals. 2 periods down in Columbus, the Maple Leafs and Blue Jackets are scoreless. Toronto 1-6 on the road so far this season. Midway through the first period in Chicago, the Wild and the Blackhawks are scoreless. Minnesota trying for a 6th consecutive victory. Just about to drop the puck in Colorado, the Avalanche playing host to the San Jose Sharks. Colorado red hot, looking for a 10th straight win. It'll be Montreal visiting the Utah Mammoth, Vegas home for the Ottawa Senators, Vancouver will skate in Anaheim against the Ducks, and the Dallas Stars will travel to Seattle to take on the Kraken. Once again, our score here is 2-1. The Rangers on top of the Canes at the end of 2 periods of play. Have a night out in New York when the Rangers take on the Dallas Stars on December 2nd. With this ticket offer, you receive a $25 food and beverage voucher with every ticket purchased. Get tickets by heading to NewYorkrangers.com/ticket offers. We talked in the first intermission in the pregame show about Adam Edstrom, and after he was sat down as a healthy scratch, the opener of the Rangers road trip in Vegas, he seemingly responded with goals in 2 of the last 3 games. So that subject came up yesterday at practice to the head coach, and Mike Sullivan was asked what his message is to guys who do get scratched.
We try to communicate with our guys on a regular basis as far as defining expectations, giving them feedback on performance, and then we try to make decisions that we think are in the best interest of the team, but also the players, to try to capture their best. And there's levels of accountability, there's tools of accountability that coaching staffs have in order to try to make that happen. One tool in the bag is ice time. I think players respond to ice time or lack thereof in the event that there's a circumstance where we don't think they're meeting expectations or whatever it may be. And so, I'm not one that's a big proponent of benching guys when they make a mistake or things of that nature. I think it's a game of mistakes. Everybody's going to make them. We talk about intentions a lot with our guys. And are our intentions in the right spot? We understand that it's an imperfect game. It happens fast out there and everybody makes mistakes. For us, it's about how do you respond to them and what are your intentions? And those are the conversations that we have a lot with our guys. But ice time is one measure of accountability. And I think, you can communicate with players different ways. We try to communicate with them verbally and explain, the whys and why we feel the way we feel. And we try to use evidence through the video, to suggest to them, here's why we think the way we think. And so that they have a clear understanding of what their role is and what the expectations are. And then it's about performance, and performance matters. We're trying to put the best guys on the ice that give us the best chance to win. And so that's really the process that we go through. And we have X amount of players on our roster, only 12 forwards and 6 defensemen, and 2 goalies can play. So it's competitive. I think it's the best case scenario because that internal push keeps all of us at our best. When there's competition, healthy competition is a good thing for our organization.
And that is the head coach, Mike Sullivan. Rangers fans, don't miss a moment off the ice. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love. Weekdays, 6 a to 7 p. Subscribe now. Stay locked in. ESPN New York is on YouTube. Let's pause 10 seconds now and allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Rangers hockey. This is 1050 ESPN, WEPN, New York.
So the Rangers, despite committing 3 penalties in that middle frame, escape with a 2-1 lead. Artemi Panarin, his 7th of the season at 18:56 from Adam Fox and JT Miller. The Rangers, so far perfect this season when leading after 2 periods of play with a 6-0 record. Carolina, on the other hand, 2-3-1 when trailing after 40 minutes. A big 20 minutes up ahead for the New York Rangers to be able to string back-to-back wins together and to go ahead and knock off the first-place team in your own division and creep a little bit closer to moving your way up the Metropolitan Division standings. We know it doesn't get any easier the rest of the week here with back-to-back afternoon contests in Boston on Friday and then back at Madison Square Garden Saturday afternoon against a streaking Tampa Bay Lightning team. I'll join you again coming up in the post-game show. But next, we'll send it right back to Raleigh as Alex Faust and Dave Starman have period number 3 for you. The Rangers clinging to a 2-1 lead over the Carolina Hurricanes. And you're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the New York Rangers Intermission Report. Blue Shirts Hockey is next.
You know that feeling when the perfect song comes on while you're driving? We made a whole channel out of that. Road Trip Radio, packed with songs that always hit. You'll have the windows down and volume up before you know it. Road Trip Radio, channel 301 on most radios and at home with the SiriusXM app on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
Historic hockey moments.
301 days since the hit on Chris Draper.
The Colorado Avalanche at the Detroit Red Wings, March 26, 1997, brawl in Hockey Town.
Now Darren McCarty gets his shots in at Claude Lemieux. And look who came all the way out to try to help, Patrick Roy. Oh my goodness, Vernon and Roy. They are on their feet here at Joe Louis Arena.
Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
After scoring 4 goals in Game 38 for his 45th on the season, on December 30th, 1981, the great one Wayne Gretzky and his Edmonton Oilers hosted the Philadelphia Flyers in Game 39 of the season.
Gretzky, will he shoot? He does! He scores! Wayne Gretzky's 50th goal in 39 games!
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Alex Faust, Dave Starman here with you. The Rangers with a 2-1 lead over the Carolina Hurricanes as we get set for the third period of action. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Third period puck drop is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action.
One thing we talked about the other night was beginnings of periods where you have the lead. It's important to have the mindset of extending it. And the other night they did it against St. Louis, came out with a real good first shift. I think for the Rangers, these first 5 minutes are an important component to how the rest of this game goes. Carolina's a really good team, real good speed, out shooting them by almost double. So for the Rangers, it's a matter of, like we talked about, shrink the rink, find your chances, pucks to the net. Simple hockey.
Artemi Panarin, a go-ahead goal in the final minute and change of the second. And we get set to begin the third period here. Rangers will be skating from left to right in this third period. We'll see if they can pull off another road victory. They are tied for the most in the NHL entering today. Puck is dropped. Carolina wins the faceoff back. They advance it up the middle. Gets to goal. Shesterkin tried to fire it out. It went right to the stick of Ehlers. His shot dribbles off the glove of Shesterkin. And now Ehlers walks up the far wall. Centers for Chatfield. Dangerous pass. Knifed out of the zone by Lafreniere. And now the Rangers deny an exit with Blake slash skating to his left. Tried to enter. Denied clean entry. Carolina gets the puck in. Shot from the right point. Ehlers doesn't get to goal against Stankoven out in front. And now it's Panarin. Up the middle. Cuts out wide to the right wing. Centering pass. Trocheck scores! Vincent Trocheck from the high slot. Hammers it home. 45 seconds into period number 3. The Rangers stretch the lead to 3-1.
They must be listening to us. Rangers come out and they dodged a bullet. Shesterkin had an awful turnover and Ehlers almost put it behind him. And Panarin comes the other way, and there might not be 5 players in a league better at attacking the offensive line with negative numbers, and then by the time the puck goes to the net, the Rangers can either outnumber their opponent or at least even it. It was a 1-on-3 coming in. He gained the zone, went left to right, waited for the cavalry to show up. Trocheck was wide open as a trailer. Panarin hit him.
Vincent Trocheck picks up his 5th goal of the season. And keep in mind that Trocheck has missed significant time. Bottom right circle, far boards, a shot is smothered by the Rangers. Jarvis trying to put one on the goal. For Trocheck, it is only his 11th game of the season and now has 5 goals. Remember, missed 14 with an upper body injury. Battle for the puck at the red line. Carolina wins out. Aho wheels back in. Left wing drops. Svechnikov misses the net with a rising wrist shot. Jarvis now, right half wall. Shot tipped over top by Carolina. It lands out of play.
It's a skill to turn a negative numbers rush into, at the very least, an even rush, if not an odd man rush, which is even better. When Panarin came in, he knew he didn't have support, but I guarantee he had guys yelling to him, hold it, hold it, hold it, so they could get in the play. And once he got into the zone, he drew so much coverage. And what have we talked about before? Panarin getting a little deeper in the zone before he pulls up, so that he's got room to play with, which makes it harder to chase. But this time, Carolina chased. Everybody got caught puck watching. Trocheck made him pay.
Carolina wins a face-off. Far dot shot, right point. Skirts wide of the net off a deflection. Batted at, doorstep, up for grabs. Punch to the far boards. Chopped at by Berard and out to the red line.
And a big shot block by Berard, who literally threw his head in front of the shot to block it at the point.
Chip and charge. Laba guides it to the left wing corner. Brodzinski knocks it free to the near side. Laba a pass that splits both point men. And it's back to the Rangers zone. Shesterkin angles it off the backboards for Robertson. Crashing into him is Hall near corner. Hall hands it off. Robinson centers it, wrong-handed the target. And it forced a shot that was pretty easily grabbed by Shesterkin with the glove. Robidahl received on his backhand and couldn't do much with it. A save stops play.
God, do I feel old. I remember his dad as a Fredericton Canadian back in the early 1990s. Robidahl with a good shot. You described it perfectly. The pass came out to him in the high slot, but he had to catch it on his backhand, transfer it to his forehand. That could be an eternity when it comes to the lane being open and the lane disappearing towards the net, and he couldn't get off a good shot.
Robidahl's turned into a pretty good young player as the Rangers win a D-zone draw near side. Air it out ahead. Beating out and icing is Radish. In a foot race with Nikishin all the way to the goal line in the Carolina zone. And a board battle ensues in the near corner. 3 aside, and Nikishin loses out. Carrick goes low, keeping the puck along the boards. Tried to turn away from Robidahl. Starts a cycle. Radish rims it to the far side. Off the pinch, Gavrikov connects around the boards with Radish behind the net. Skate to stick. Passes to the point. Left side, shot by Gavrikov wide. Kicks off the backboards, collected by Robidahl, and he'll clear up the far wall. Regroup from the Rangers, and Fox will dump it in.
Really nice placement by Fox.
And a steal here by Cooley. He'll dart behind the net, circle out wide, near side. Centering pass to the point. Soucy misses the net with his shot. Lafreniere behind the net, drags it to the far corner. Exchanges with Soucy along the half wall. Now Zibanejad walks out to the blue line. Zibanejad leaves it for Soucy. Into the left wing circle. Shot kicked out by Anderson with a left pad. Carolina unable to exit. Ehlers having a double back and spin one out of the zone. Nearly able to catch Jackson Blake on a partial breakaway with a pass in front of him.
Jackson Blake's speed is just elite.
Blake beats his man to the puck, centers. Chatfield had his stick lifted by Panarin. Carolina gets it back. Shot Miller from the right circle. Out of play after Shesterkin left his goal crease to cut down the angle. And a wry smile from Keandre Miller, knowing his goaltender may have gotten him there.
What a job by Shesterkin. He came off the goal line lightning quick. He had to be about 5 feet outside the top of the blue paint, and he started from on the goal line. And what a rocket of an explosion from Shesterkin to get out and challenge Keandre Miller one-on-one.
Wound up grazing off the crossbar. And a face-off to the far dot now. 16:19 left on the third period clock. Rangers 3, Hurricanes 1. Here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Alex Faust, Dave Starman here with you. JT Miller on the face-off. Back in the lineup after missing the last 2 games with an upper body injury. Takes the face-off against Sebastian Aho. Another false start from the linesman. The puck not dropped. Andrew Smith, relatively new lines person in the NHL. Rangers win it, air it all the way down, and they've iced it.
They had nothing else to do with it. It was a good, clean win, but pressure quickly by Carolina, who had a really nice plan of attack in case of a lost draw. Faceoff will now move to the other side. It'll be to the right of Igor Shesterkin in the Rangers zone. 16-12 to go. Rangers lead this one 3-1.
Faceoff now near dot. Tie up. Carolina wins it to the boards. Walker activates, shoots from the left circle, kicks off a body, goes to the far corner, and is pushed back to center. Andrei Svechnikov now on the reload. Shuffles the puck. Far boards. Aho tried to play it deep. He got checked in front of the Ranger bench and turned it over. Now JT Miller, rink wide pass. Left wing, Panarin enters, stops, flips it back across. Fox gathers, right side, walks down the board, slings it for Miller. Outside the trapezoid, near corner. Miller, stutter step, shuffles it back behind. To the far corner now, Trocheck, hard pass to Gavrikov. And he'll work it back around the boards. Fox receives from the right side. Fox rolls it around the wall. Miller collects back of the goal. Passes along the perimeter. Trocheck half wall. The Fox at the point. Gets a return pass. Panarin walks in. Shoots. Blocked. Captured in one motion by Aho. He'll turn the corner and skate it out. Through center. Aho. Deeks. Hands it off. Jarvis. Drifts out wide. Centers for Svechnikov. Cut off by a back-checking Fox. Gloved at the line. Chatfield keeps the zone. Feeds Gostisbehere in the corner. His pass intercepted by Gavrikov. He'll try to pass it out of the zone on the backhand. It hit Jarvis. Smacked at by Svechnikov, but Carolina will make a line change.
Uncharacteristic of the Fox-Gavrikov pair. 3 turnovers on the same shift.
Brodzinski deeks through center. Gets past one man. Gets past Gostisbehere. Comes to a halt in the right wing corner. Checked off the puck. And Hall will then turn it over to Lava, swooping and centering. Berard, point blank, denied by Anderson.
Berard's got to be thinking to himself, what do I need to do to get my first goal here with the Rangers this year?
Berard in his second game of the season after being called up from the Hartford Wolfpack. Turnover from Lava, and he'll have to hustle back with Hall on right wing. Good stick by Soucy. Poke check, denying a clean entry from Hall on the far boards. Hall will get to the puck. Batted across. Stepping up. Nikishin shot. Blocker saves Shesterkin. Rebound low slot. Pushed to the near corner by the Rangers.
Rangers have become their own worst enemy in the last 3 minutes. A lot of turnovers, a lot of sloppy play, and some ill-advised passes high in the offensive zone, feeding the Carolina transition.
Hard around from Carolina. Rangers playing a little hot potato in their own zone. An outlet behind Edstrom, but his big frame knocked down Nystrom. Allows Radish along the near wall to dump the puck in. Rattles to the far boards. Vakanainen flips it to the left point. Radish turns and fires. Long-range shot blocked by Jankowski, and he'll feed it up ahead. Nikishin pursues. 2 Rangers swarm him. Martinook gets to a loose puck. Swoops around the net. Feeds the point. It's Robidas across. Miller's shot off a stick. And now Robidas lunging after the puck, far corner. Bounces to Martinook from the mid-slot. He put it high and wide. And Carrick will clear off the near boards. Robidas back on it to wheel through his own zone. And he'll try to chip it in. Knocked down by Fox. Goes between his legs to clear the zone. Lafreniere couldn't handle the puck, though. Carolina right back in. Robidas peels to the near wall. Turns and slings it deep. And now Walker will pinch from the far corner. A pass in tight. Gavrikov cancels his man off the puck. Allows the Rangers to break it out.
Rangers have helped Carolina shrink the rink. Carolina's turned this into a 100-foot game, and they're starting to get chances as they don't have to go too far. Rangers have been a little sloppy with the puck the last 3-4 minutes.
Boy, turnovers just feed this Carolina forecheck. Well, the Rangers will bank it out off the near boards. Rink-wide pass now for Cooley. Flying down the wing in stride. His shot sticked away by Anderson. Just under 12 and a half to go, third period. Rangers up 3-1 on the Hurricanes. Puck lifted back to the neutral zone by Walker. Dribbles all the way down. Icing waved off. Schneider begins the breakout. Up through center. Gains the red line. Rips it around the boards to the far side. Kept by Soucy. Streaking off the bench. But his pass intercepted. And fed up ahead. Svechnikov gets around Schneider. And then Schneider with a good recovery and a long reach to poke the puck free.
There's an old expression, legs feed the wolf. And what's happening right now is where the Rangers are putting pucks, they're allowing Carolina's legs to dominate this game. Carolina's a fast team, and they are just feeding off of pucks between the blue lines and turning it around quick.
We'll see if Carolina shortens their bench. Get more action for this top line that's on there right now. 11.5 to go. Rangers up 3-1 here in Carolina. Centering pass bounces off the leg of Nikishin to the side of the net. Shesterkin whips it around the boards and out. Now Nikishin to wire it around to the far side. Berard half wall, able to dodge the oncoming Eric Robinson and get the puck out of the zone. Berard on left wing, fans on a shot from the perimeter. He's taken to the corner wall by Nikishin, wrestled down. Carolina takes possession back. And it's Robinson for Hall to dump it in down the left wing. Gavrikov is on it. Hard pass. Far boards to the tape of Berard. He'll turn the corner and guide the puck in softly. Rangers completing a change. Carolina with it in their own zone. Hall checked hard by Lava near boards. Puck comes free. Brodzinski pursues. Miller shields from him. Cross-ice pass Hall to deflect it in. Carolina in need of a change. They'll make one.
Rangers stabilized this a little bit in the last couple of minutes, being a little smarter as they come out of their own end and better decisions with the puck in the neutral zone.
They'll be rifled off the far boards by Schneider into the bench. And we have a stoppage with 10:23 left in the third period. The Rangers up 3-1 on the Hurricanes. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. And New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You event, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $159 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM834925. MSRP $27,055. Zero security deposit. Ends 12/1/25.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons Inc., New York, New York.
Alex Faust, Dave Starman here with you in Raleigh, North Carolina. The Rangers lead the Carolina Hurricanes 3-1 with just under 10.5 to go in the third.
And as you mentioned, the last couple of minutes, Rangers have been able to stabilize things a little bit. Carolina had a really good push for a good 5 minutes where they stacked up some shifts one after another. And the last couple of minutes, Rangers with a couple of good puck placements deep in the Carolina zone allowed to establish a forecheck and stem the speed of Carolina just a bit.
The shots are 29-17 for the game now in favor of Carolina. This period, they're about even, 5-4 in favor of the Hurricanes. Rangers will start from their own zone. Pass up the left wing. Doesn't get very far. Lafreniere shouldered down hard by Walker, who flips a backhanded shot all the way onto goal from behind the blue line. Shesterkin parries that down. And the puck is jarred back to center.
The more the puck winds up near the tops of the circles in the Carolina zone, the more the Rangers can defend with structure.
Blake loses an edge, wipes out left circle. Carolina had been building a rush opportunity. The Rangers have it back. Rangers, when leading, entering the third period, are unbeaten, 6-0 on the season. DeAndre Miller starts from behind the Carolina net.
Now, I don't think the Rangers are in any kind of a prevent defense or any kind of a mindset of not worrying about trying to get scoring chances. Carolina's just playing with a lot more urgency and desperation because they need goals. But
Gostisbehere steps up, intercepts, feeds Jarvis, he scores! Seth Jarvis from the left wing circle after the Rangers turned it over. And Carolina pulls one back. It's 3-2.
This one is, the Ranger staff's not going to like this one. This is a careless turnover. We just talked about how they were pulling it together a little bit. It was a careless turnover up the right wing side of the ice. Carolina turned it over real quick. Jarvis was sitting in the faceoff circle. He hadn't even started to track back yet. Shesterkin uncharacteristically went down way too early. Normally, he is as good as anybody at staying on his feet, but he did the inverted slide coming across And Jarvis just went up top.
Short side high on Shesterkin. And Seth Jarvis, with his 12th goal of the season, leading the Hurricanes in that department, has given the Hurricanes life right around the midway point of this third period.
One thing Jarvis can do really well is be able to make a secondary play when he needs to.
We've reached the stoppage in play. 9 minutes to go. Third period here in Raleigh. The Rangers lead the Hurricanes 3-2. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Your home for the biggest stories in the league is SiriusXM NFL Radio.
This is Kirk Morrison from the SiriusXM Blitz. It's week 13 in the NFL, and we have a big matchup in the AFC when the Steelers host the Bills. And it's time to separate the pretenders from the contenders.
The mentality of the Denver Broncos. We do our job, we'll have a chance to get off the field at the end of the game or make a play. That's who we are.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Historic hockey moments on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, your NHL 100.
Is the greatest player to ever play sitting at the podium right now?
We talk about this all the time. That's what makes sports great, and that's what makes hockey wonderful. I think we're all in pretty much agreement that Gordy was pretty special.
The hockey history continues. Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
March 23rd, 1994, Wayne Gretzky passes his hero Gordie Howe for most goals scored.
Gretzky scores! He did it! The greatest goal scorer in National Hockey League history is Wayne Gretzky.
Los Angeles goal, a power play goal, and the 802nd National Hockey League goal scored by number 99, Wayne Gretzky.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
9 minutes to go in the third in Raleigh. Rangers 3, Hurricanes 2. After Seth Jarvis goes short side high on Igor Shesterkin after a turnover from the Rangers netminder. And it's back to a one-shot game. Noah Lava on a center ice faceoff against Jordan Martinook. Lava breaks his stick on the faceoff, has to scurry to the bench. Carolina controls possession. And it's shot in by Nystrom around the boards to the near side. Hall picks it up, half wall, passes. Robinson scurries around the net, plays it to the right point. Nystrom cranks one around the boards, back to the near side. Brodzinski checked by Nikishin and is able to absorb the hit. Rangers break out 2-on-1. Lava, left wing, backhand shot, doesn't get through. Nystrom to a loose puck. Carolina clears.
Lava, by going to the middle and delaying a little bit, gave time to his line mates to get to the front of the net. So Lava zigzagged his way through the upper part of the high slot, but it allowed Berard to get to the net.
Neutral zone turnover for Carolina. Zibanejad up the middle, passes right wing, jumps away from Lafreniere. Chatfield behind the Carolina net, gives it away again. Zibanejad double clutched. He had a lane to shoot from the right wing circle, and it's given back to the Hurricanes. Ehlers tried to sidestep his way past a Ranger over the line, lost the puck, and the Rangers control in their own end. Angled pass, Cooley will shuffle it for Schneider, right wing. Schneider is dumping, hits a stanchion, allows Gostisbehere to possess. And now Ehlers or Chatfield far boards. Carolina needs a change, and they'll get one. They'll roll the puck not very far, and Trocheck will go cross ice to the near side for Panarin. Leaving it for JT Miller to dump and chase. Miller in after it along with Panarin. Carolina gets there first. Angled out for Svechnikov. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Aho to the right wing. Jarvis back across. Svechnikov fanned on a shot. Back pressure provided by Trocheck may have disrupted it.
What speed by Carolina. Why did they attack fast?
Svechnikov fumbled it side of the net. Shesterkin will hop on top for a faceoff as a couple of players get together. As Trocheck and let's see who's down there. Fox, a couple of players involved. Svechnikov in this scrum, and everything's broken up.
Gostisbehere with a great pass to Jarvis for the goal, and then a moment ago, a really good-looking rush by Carolina. They attacked the line with great speed. Aho grabs the line along the middle, kick out to the right wing side, came back across the other way. And Svechnikov is the third forward coming in, the F3, He gets to the front of the net with a great pass, and Shesterkin beat him clean.
Svechnikov was indeed disrupted by the back check from Vincent Trocheck. Face-off near dot, Rangers zone, and it's won back by Carrick. Tossed out of play off a deflection by the Rangers. Face-off will stay down low.
A lot of the Carolina Hurricanes starting to point towards the penalty box, and the officials quickly let everybody know that had hit the glass before it went anywhere. It'll be a face-off to the right of Shesterkin inside the Rangers zone. 7:01 to go. The Rangers 3 and Carolina 2.
Tie-up. Carolina wins it to the left point. Chatfield across. Right side. Gostisbehere. Wrist shot save. Rebound side of the net. Couldn't be capitalized on. And it's pushed back out to center. Gostisbehere to rifle it back in.
What a job by the Ghost to get Edstrom to do a flyby to open up the shooting lane.
Carrick takes it behind the Ranger net. Pushes the puck to the near side and slams it off the near boards. It'll roll down to the Carolina end. Icing waved off. Gostisbehere is on it. A reset for both teams. Rangers completing a change. Carolina to break it out. Chatfield gains the red line and tries to rifle it in. It hits a Ranger at the line. They'll counter. Berard on right wing. Glides to a halt. Shoots from the perimeter. Right circle. It kicks off a body and winds up back in the hands of the Hurricanes. Martinuk, high lift, cross ice to the far boards, hand fighting Carrier and Vakanainen. It's Vakanainen who wins out defensively.
Vakanainen did a great job not worrying about the puck that was airmailed into his area. All he did was worry about his man, establishing his space, and making sure that when the puck landed, the Carolina forward pushing couldn't do anything. Really nice play by Vakanainen.
Dump in around the boards from Carolina. Rangers controlling their own ends. Zibanejad under pressure. Hard pass up the near board. Squeaks back to the red line. Jarred after by Cooley. Jam along with Lafreniere. Carolina wins the board battle, and they'll dump it in with 5.5 to go. The Rangers leading 3-2.
Sorry, Alex, it's all about, for the Rangers now, be above the puck. No matter what happens, numbers and bodies above the puck.
They've iced it here.
They got a little sloppy in the neutral zone, and what I mean by that is no matter where the puck is, it is imperative that the Ranger that is closest to defending is between the attacking player and the net. Be above the puck. Make sure that Carolina, if they're going to get anything, they got to go through a layer or two before they get anything good to the front of the net.
About a 43-second shift here for Schneider, Zibanejad, Soucy, Cooley. Panarin had just come over the boards. They'll be able to stay on as Carolina wins the faceoff cleanly. And it's all the way down. Rangers complete a change. Walker and Miller reset. Miller starts up the near wall. Feeds Aho down the wing. Unable to enter with possession. He's just over the blue line. Can't bat the puck deep. Rangers send it the other way, and they've iced it again. 4:55 to go.
This time they ice it, though, with some fresh troops on the ice. Let's see where Carolina goes with this faceoff. They're going to put it on the right dot. Sorry, no, they're going to move. They're going to put it on the left dot in front of the Ranger goal, which means being that it's a left wing draw, Miller as the left shot can take it, and that is his specialty area.
He'll take it against Logan Stankoven, the righty. Miller on a career high in faceoff percentage this year, wins it back to the far corner. Chopped after by the Rangers, around by Trocheck, kept by Walker left point. Rolls it to the corner, jumps the stick of Gavrikov near side. That allows Ehlers to barrel in on the forecheck. Pass from Blake blindly to the middle, intercepted by Fox, allowing the Rangers to break out. A pass behind Miller at the red line, though. A turnover right back to Carolina. Miller enters left wing for the Hurricanes. Drops Blake. Blocker save, Shesterkin. Puck up in the air. Jackson Blake checked along the backboards by Trocheck. Puck comes free. Gavrikov, far wall. Up the wall, not out. Kept alive by Blake. Right circle. Full spin. Blake shoots. Stick save, Shesterkin to the backboards. And now it's lifted by Fox to the blue line. Gloved by Keandre Miller. Former teammate. Played with a high stick by JT. And the Rangers will touch up. They'll allow this clock to stop And a face-off to come in the Rangers zone when we get back with 4:04 to go in the third. Rangers leading the Hurricanes 3-2. Hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers. We'll step aside. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Experience the sophisticated taste of the best single malt whiskey in the world, the Macallan, founded in 1824. The Macallan is renowned worldwide for its extraordinary single malt whiskeys. Their outstanding quality and distinctive character reveal the uncompromised excellence they pursue. Whether your taste is sherry, oak, or double cask, the Macallan single malt whiskey is for you. Pick up the Macallan today at your nearest liquor store. The Macallan, the single malt whiskey against which all others must be judged. Crafted without compromise. Please savor the Macallan responsibly.
Engines rev, are you listening? It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days with a great deal on your favorite Honda today.
Driving in a Honda wonderland.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At Thrivewell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Just over 4 minutes remaining in the third. The Rangers with a 3-2 lead over the Hurricanes here in Raleigh.
Gavrikov has played just under 25 minutes tonight, and he has been dynamite for the Rangers. We talked a lot about Fox and Gavrikov early on, and they've had a couple of shifts where it was a little dicey, but for the most part, those two guys have once again carried the mail.
Face off to the right of Shesterkin. Defensive zone, Zibanejad near dot against Aho. Zibanejad wins it back. High lift for Fox, just in front of Chatfield, and allows the Rangers to reset as Carolina begins their breakout. Svechnikov up the middle. Svechnikov carries in. Lightning quick speed by Cooley on the back check to strip the puck from him.
Rangers track back really well there through the middle, and at the conversion point at the blue line, Rangers had a lot of numbers.
Pass up the middle. Jarvis flies in, cuts to the right wing, shoots high and wide. Goss to spare. Along the near boards, bumped into by Panarin. Puck cleared all the way down. No icing. Svechnikov is on it for Carolina. And now Goss to spare will handle as both teams change. Goss to spare. Slowly passes. Ehlers sidesteps Brodzinski up the left wing. Ehlers guides it to the corner. Sends it around the board. Stankoven passes for Ehlers behind the net. Checked by Schneider. Puck comes free. Jackson Blake barreled into by Labo. Separates him for the puck, and the Rangers send it out.
Oh, anytime you can get through a player's hands makes all the difference in the world. Labo and Blake, two guys very familiar with one another from the NCAA level.
Walker to rifle it in around the boards for Carolina. Played far side, Vakanainen. Towards the middle, his pass off a stick deflects out.
Now if you're Carolina, it's a matter of fresh troops, possession the offensive zone, and start thinking about getting Anderson out.
DeAndre Miller, pass up the middle. Stankoven cuts to the left wing. Stankoven darts side of that, tried to lift it short side high. Robertson on it, but Stankoven got it back. A hard pass, jumped the stick of DeAndre Miller at the left point.
I like Carolina's idea. They try to go short side on Shesterkin from the same place they just scored. The goal by Jarvis. Rangers ice the puck.
Yeah, we had the right idea there, and they'll have to take a face off, the Rangers will, in their own end.
Watching the Carolina bench now, if you're pulling out fresh players, you got the option of not using your timeout right now because you practiced this before, but they do get the goalie out. Goss to spare is a left shot. He lines up, get out with the face-off on the left wing dot for Carolina. Goss spare is the offside trigger up top of the zone here.
Left shot on the right side. Face off near dot on the left side. And the Rangers air it all the way down. Empty net. Oh, Fox barely missed by about 1.5 feet from 180 feet. But it's an icing. 2 minutes to go.
I'd love to see him use a 9-iron from about 100 yards out and see what he can do with that. I mean, that was pretty darn close to the pin.
Rangers up 3-2. Empty net for Carolina. 6 skaters against 5. Aho on the faceoff. False start by both parties. He and Zibanejad.
Oh, both centers cheating like crazy.
Sticks down. Puck drop. Carolina wins it. Jarvis left point. Across Gostisbehere. Holding. Passing to Ehlers. Half wall. Far side. Cycle for Svechnikov. Right wing circle. Missed the shot on the back end. Jarvis to the point. Gostisbehere goes left to right with his pass. Ehlers checked hard by Zibanejad. Puck out of the zone. Shot. Score into the empty net. Cooley from the Rangers bench puts it into the empty cage. Gets mobbed by his teammates and may have just sealed this one. 1:43 to go. Rangers up 4-2.
A lot of credit's got to go to Mika Zibanejad on this play. When the puck came out to the point, it was a really soft pass from Gostisbehere across, and Zibanejad absolutely buries Nicholas Ehlers. And because of that, Cooley was able to come up, support the puck, and fire at the length of the ice. What a play by Zibanejad to realize that he had a wounded duck, and he put him out of its misery.
Freddie Anderson back in net. Just over 1.5 minutes to go. Rangers up 4-2. And on the verge of a big road victory here in Raleigh. Carolina to send it in. Anderson back to the bench for the Hurricanes. Puck along the near half wall. Miller will toss it across. Vlad Gavrikov to rifle it out and down off a deflection. No icing.
Gavrikov got helped out by Carolina on that one.
JT Miller locates the puck along the half wall. Gets checked by Taylor Hall. Loses his helmet. Tries to reaffix it.
That's going to be a penalty on Miller because you can't knock the helmet off a player.
And here's the announcement.
Hey.
Everybody being told to vacate.
Okay, 2-minute minor roughing.
You cannot knock the helmet off a player. It's in the rule books, and it's exactly what Miller did. Now, earlier in the shift, Hall had lost his helmet, put his helmet back on, never strapped it. That's my concern on it. Miller got nailed from behind by Hall. Miller turns around, and he just whacked the back of Hall's head, and off came the helmet, which never had the strap back on. So 6-on-4 here for Carolina. 1:07 to go. Rangers up by 2. And a face-off to the right of Shesterkin.
It'll be Aho on this face-off. Let's see. One of the two teams just used the timeout. Here's the call.
I think it's the Rangers.
30-second timeout.
Rangers did. So they'll talk it over.
And Joe Sacco, who runs the penalty kill, calls the group in. It'll be 6-on-4 for Carolina. The most important component right now is going to be the face-off. The face-off is going to be on the right wing side for the Rangers. So it all starts there. And obviously the one major thing you want to do right here, if you're in New York, is get this thing flat back and then be able to rim it around and out. Being that you're shorthanded, you can fire it as hard as you want and ice it. So I'm intrigued to see whether or not, as the Rangers set up for this, the player that is on the right wing boards should be a left-handed shot. So as soon as the puck comes straight back, being a left-handed shot, you're puck protected, you're on your forehand, you got the natural rim around the wall, and be able to hammer it out.
67 seconds. Rangers up 4-2. Carolina wins a face-off. A pass Svechnikov right side. He found on the shot. Centering feed, Gostisbehere. Touch pass. Svechnikov shot it. Hit the post. Karams back out to Ehlers. Back to Svechnikov. Shot off a body and wide. Near boards. Rangers get to it. Trocheck clears the zone. Gostisbehere will have to track back, but with 45 seconds, Carolina needs 2. Gostisbehere up ice. It's 6 against 4 with JT Miller sitting in the box. Trocheck, a perfect stick, disrupting a pass. Now Svechnikov, right circle, shoots off Shesterkin to the near corner. Jackson Blake walks out in front. He shuffles a puck for Svechnikov, jumped his stick. Gostisbehere, right point, drifts to the center. Gostisbehere, touch pass. Svechnikov down the slot across. Aho! Shanked it from the bottom of the right circle. Now Ehlers across the seam, broken up by Robertson. Side of the net. Oh, Shesterkin kept it out! A scorpion-type save with his left leg. Pass to the side of the net, redirected wide by Blake. 4 seconds and 3. Carolina with one more look. Robertson intercepts the puck behind the net, and that will do it. The Rangers defeat the Hurricanes 4-2 here in Raleigh to get their 10th road victory of the season. That is the most in the NHL. And now the Rangers have won back-to-back games to get back above 500.
And it wasn't easy. Shesterkin had to be great. And that last minute 40, Carolina came with everything they had. Shesterkin was really good in this game from minute 1 straight through to the end. Strong saves. That scorpion save you just talked about, he was laying flat on his stomach as he kicked it up with his legs. So the Rangers get a huge win on the road. They've now won 2 in a row, heading to Boston for a national TV game Friday at 1 o'clock.
So Rangers, after their longest losing streak of the season at 4 games, snapped it on Monday. They defeat a division rival here today, and in a strong performance on the road. Had to hang on the end. 37 shots for Carolina, only 18 for the Rangers, and they haven't generated a lot of shots on goal lately, but the ones they did get were quality, and they beat Freddie Anderson 3 times, scoring one into the empty net late to defeat the Hurricanes 4-2 here in Raleigh. We'll talk to you with a 1 o'clock start on Friday. Pregame begins at 12:30 as the